Jesus is real, but you devils taught lies on Christ. So many lies that when we come with the truth, people think that the lies is the truth and that the truth is the lie.
Who changed the truth for God into a lie? In English, Jesus Christ, in Hebrew, is Yahweh Shai. So do or die. The Immaculate Conception is deception, along with the myth of giving gifts on December 25th. Christmas is Satan's clause, the birth of Nimrod, and not the Son of God. To you was kinda odd. On the Passover, Christ was born in the spring. So now we bring the truth about the King of Kings, the Black Jesus, and not Caesar Borgias. And the facts can't be changed. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai. It's all about the Most High. It's all about Yahweh Shai.
Shalom, brothers and sisters.
Shalom.
Shalom, everybody online. Welcome to another live class. The Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge. I'm Priest S.O.W. We're located at 8524 South Graysville Boulevard, Houston, Texas, 77071. Our class times are Monday and Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., Friday from 6 to 9 p.m., and we have our Saturday morning Sabbath class from 10 to 2, as well as our kids class from 2 to 3 p.m. All right, if you're local in Houston, come and join us. Feel free. Doors are open. Anybody can join, okay? If you're in San Antonio, if you're in Albuquerque, if you're in Austin, and you want to have class, contact us and we'll get you all the times and days for classes in Albuquerque, in San Antonio, and as well as in Austin. Okay? Give me the mic. Can y'all hear me?
God.
God. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the ISBHBK YouTube channel. We also have the Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge channel, as well as the 5 Minutes of Wisdom, as well as the ISBHBK Kids. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe to all those channels. Okay? Look out for the Blog Talk Radio that's brought to you by the brother Mashaba out there in Albuquerque. All right, that's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday from about 9:30 to 12. 9:30 a.m. to about 12:30 p.m. Okay, also we have the ISBHBK Cable Show. All right, we already got our first video up dealing with the so-called Mexicans being the tribe of Issachar. So that's on there on our Israelite School of Biblical History and Practical Knowledge channel. Please watch it, like, share, subscribe, spread it. Spread that around. And the next show that we're working on, it's done, we're just editing, is the birthday class. So once we get it edited, it's just a long class. Once we get it edited, we'll post it. But we want this, the first one, we want that to circulate a little bit and get through the airwaves. Okay? In about 2 days, we're gonna have some brothers going out to Arizona. Okay, they're gonna be, we have a business in First Colony Mall here in Houston where we sell all natural body oils and soaps and body butters and bath bombs and all that good stuff. So brothers are gonna be out in Arizona at the Arizona State Fair, okay, which is in Phoenix. They're gonna be there from October the 5th to November the 1st. So if you want class, if you wanna meet up with brothers, if you know anybody out there that needs class, please hit us up. That way we can get that set up. But yeah, spread the word. We will be out in Phoenix, Arizona from October the 5th to November 1st. We'll be working at the Arizona State Fair, but on the off days or whenever we can get class in, flyers, whatever y'all need. So spread the word on that. And if you want to get anything set up as far as class, you can reach Priest Kazakia at 281-707-2737. Okay? And you can reach me at 303-557-8979. You can email us at isbhbk@isbhbk.org. Any questions or concerns, Email is good. The text is better. It's faster. We get it right away. You can text or call us. Okay? If you need any garments made, the Sisters Israel Wear is back up and running. We took a little break for the Passover, which was a couple of months ago, but they've been back up and running. So anything you need as far as garments, you can hop on Facebook, search Israel Wear, and they'll get whatever you need completed. Anything you want to get fringed, anything you want designed or stitched, they can get that done for you. For your donations, any form of donation is welcome and needed. We appreciate all those that have been giving. We appreciate all the vows that brothers been sending in and sisters. We appreciate it. We were able to pay off the laptop that we used to stream class. We're able to get some things done through brothers and sisters' help. So we definitely appreciate it. If it's in your heart, keep giving. It's going to go to good use. For your monetary donations, you can send those the Google Wallet and the Wells Fargo account information. That's all going to be on the screen. Okay, so that's going to be it for the announcements. Make sure I didn't forget anything. Yeah, that's going to be it for the announcements. We'll try to open it up for questions. And then we'll go into class. You got anything?
Sir.
I got an easy one.
If it's easy, why you asking?
I'm just not sure.
No, I'm playing. I'm joking.
Was Leviathan considered like just a big fish too?
Is Leviathan considered a big fish?
Yeah. Like when they mention Leviathan sometimes in the Bible, is it just a big fish that they're talking about as well? Like
Well, let's read about it. Go to Job, right?
yeah, but that's different.
That's Behemoth? That was
Nah, in Job it speaks of Behemoth and Leviathan.
right.
But there's other instances where it talks about it, like in Psalms.
Right.
Or like
We're
for
at in
instance,
Psalms. What were you reading?
It was I read this a while back.
Yeah, I have to go into it.
71:14.
Psalm 74.
14.
Psalms. I know that the one in Job goes into it. And I mean, when you read the one in Job, it describes it as something real big.
Yeah.
With Psalm 74:14.
It says,
Uh-huh.
Thou breakest the heads of Leviathan in pieces,
Right.
and gavest him to be meat to the people inhabiting the wilderness. So I was
Right.
thinking, like, was that when Christ was in the wilderness and he fed the multitude with those fishes? I was
Right.
thinking, like, damn, was this, I guess, what it was mentioned. Or was this, you know what I mean?
Well, what's your original question?
Is Leviathan just considered a big fish as well? Is that like what they would just call like a big creature in the sea, I guess?
I'd have to like look more into that, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's actually a good
'Cause I know they got the one, of course, in Job where it described it differently. But
right.
like when I was reading this one, I was like, okay, we're not gonna eat the one in Job, you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I'd have to go through it, to be honest.
Gotcha.
Cause that's actually a good little. It's funny. I was reading the one in Job the other day. I forgot why I was reading it. I was looking for something. And I forget. You know how you just start reading. But I was reading it for a purpose.
Yeah.
I forgot why though. But no, we can look into that, man. Probably be a good little topic to go over. Just breaking down what it is and what it's talking about. Because you got Leviathan, and then you got is it Behemoth?
Something like that.
Yeah. The one for the sea, the one for the land, right?
God.
Watch, it's in, no, that's in the Apocrypha. Hold on. That's in Ezra's. Let's see. Right. When you go to 2nd Ezra 6 and verse like 52,
God.
it says, "But unto Leviathan thou gave us the seventh part, namely the moist, and hast kept him to be devoured of whom thou wilt and when." So he's in the seas, right?
God.
But then it goes in about, verse 49. Then thou ordained two living creatures, one thou callest Enoch, and the other Leviathan, and didst separate the one from the other for the seventh part, namely where the water is gathered together, might not hold them both. And unto Enoch thou givest one part which was dried up the third day, that he should dwell in the same part wherein are 1,000 hills. But unto Leviathan thou gavest the seventh part, namely the moist. So these two creatures were created, one in the earth, one in the sea. So, yeah, I'm gonna do some digging in that.
They're pretty huge, because they say both of them can be together.
Yeah,
It would be good together, so that's pretty fascinating.
yeah, and then when you go into that Job, what is it, Job 31? When it kind of describes Leviathan, I mean, it describes it as being big. It ain't small. Go to Job 41.
And the other one is 40. Behemoth is 40 and 15 on down.
Right. Let's see here. Yeah, this whole chapter 41 goes into it. And you know, there's a little symbolism in there also. I'll look more into it for you though. I come with a nice little I come with a nice class going into that. Just, you know, dealing with Leviathan. Yeah, a lot of these questions. Receive the 2 cups. Shalom, did you receive the 2 cups? I'm not sure. Did you mail us something to the school? Or did you mail something? Or is that what you're speaking of? Let me know. Respond back in the message. I'm not sure what you're speaking of, the 2 cups. Anything else?
Proverbs 5 and 16 and 17.
What does it say?
I'll start at 15.
Was there, who asked about the 2 cups? Dorothy? Yeah. There was, that's why I said that there's a tag on the door, was it? Yeah, we gotta give Dorothy another address, but we gotta find that.
Oh, she knows something.
Yeah.
It's in a package.
Yeah.
As far as we know, not yet.
No, it hasn't got here.
Yeah, we haven't gotten anything yet. Not to the school. Just so you got it, the correct address
No,
Or
she
you
got
wanna-
the correct. She got
Got
the
it?
correct address. It just the thing is that
Right
we
time.
gotta get it. We gotta get her another address to send it to a house, cause you know how nobody's here during the day.
Yeah.
So we'll get that. We go. Was there any other questions?
What you got, Mark, Rob?
It's Proverbs chapter 5, verse 15 through 17. Drink waters out of thine own cistern, and running waters out of thine own well. Let thy fountains be dispersed abroad, and rivers of waters in the streets. Let them be only thine own.
Right. We touched over this. Yeah, two weeks ago. This is talking about wisdom. This is talking about wisdom. Yeah. So you're no. I got a red. Waters out of your own cistern is speaking of the knowledge. That when we partake in the knowledge, it's supposed to be the knowledge and wisdom and the understanding of the Bible. We don't supposed to be dealing with foreign knowledge and foreign things outside of the wisdom of the Most High. Yeah.
So it's like how this was entrusted in, well, how this is our covenant, the scriptures. So is it like saying like Egyptology, the Quran, Buddhism, all that's not ours. So why are we paying
Right.
attention to it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, just something real basic. Go to, just off that, go to Isaiah 34:16.
Okay, 34:16.
Yeah.
Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16.
Uh-huh.
Seek ye out of the book of the Most High,
Go ahead.
and read.
Go ahead.
No one of these shall fail.
Right. It's letting us know to seek out of the book of the Most High, the Bible, Apocrypha, right? It says none of these shall fail. None of the prophecies, and we got a good class coming up on that also. The prophecies, the judgments, none of these things are gonna fail. Just because a lot of them ain't happened yet, what do you get? You get a lot of disbelief in Israel, right? You get a lot of disbelief with brothers and sisters because certain prophecies haven't happened yet, but not looking at the ones that have already happened. So it says none of these shall fail. Go ahead.
None shall want her mate.
None shall what?
Want her mate.
Yeah, because there is no mate to the Bible. There is no, I'm going to grab a precept from the Quran and try to link it in with the scriptures. Or I'm going to grab a precept from the Book of Mormon and link it in with the Bible. There is no mate to the Bible. There's no counterpart. The Bible is a standalone. There ain't no husband and wife thing over here with the scriptures. There is no backup plan. This is the singular. The Bible is the singular thing you need as far as wisdom. Go ahead.
For my mouth it had commanded.
Yeah, so, going back to that Proverbs, where should the wisdom be coming from? It should be coming from the scriptures. You get that?
Go ahead. I just got one more. This one's easy. I think it is. It's Proverbs 6:1. It says, My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth. Thou art taken with the words of thy mouth.
What's your question on that?
Is that like a vow?
No.
It was really in verse 1.
Look up the word surety.
Read it again.
Verse 1.
Yeah.
My son, if thou be surety for thy friend.
Right. Surety is when you take on somebody's debt.
Right.
Surety is when you take on somebody's debt. So if you say, okay, hey, he owes you that, but I got you. I'll take care of that for you. Right? So read it again.
My son, Proverbs chapter 6, verse 1. My son, if thou be surety for thy friend, if thou hast stricken thy hand with a stranger, thou art snared with the words of thy mouth.
Right. See, now this suretyship you took it on for your friend got you to strike hands with another person. You're not watching your mouth. Your mouth then got you into things because you said you was going to take on this man's burden, and now you're not. So now you're getting in a fight or argument, whatever it may be, right?
Got it.
Was that it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go into this class because we don't got a lot of time. Let's go into, and this class is another. What happened?
I don't know.
Oh, this class is another class. This class is another class that is probably going to start gaining momentum on Facebook. Did she put up that thumbnail? Did that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. This is going to gain momentum on Facebook, and we want to kill this ahead of time. I'm sure it'll start gaining steam as the itching ears start to be more itchy. This is going to gain more steam. And it's about position. It's about rank. You know, it's going on now on Facebook is ranking the Bible. And does the Bible, you know, how could you be an officer 50 and 50 men in your camp? How could you be an officer 10,000 and 10,000 men in your camp? Now, this is sort of like, this topic is sort of like talking to a 9-10-year-old about the reason why they need to clean up their room. And they don't, this is what this topic, every time I was putting the scriptures, I was just putting the scriptures, basic scriptures together, and I was like, man, this brother really got a problem over rank. I was like, rank and position? I was like, that's stupid. Like, you can, that's the most basic thing in life. But we're going to go through it, you know, and talk about it. What's up?
It's like it's showing lack of faith that they don't desire to grow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because you don't wait till you get 10,000 men to have officers to be over 10,000 men.
Thank you, Jeremiah. Perfect. Perfect. And it's not like we're going to get the common sense out of the Bible and make the sense of it, because that's stupid as hell. Because what camp does have 10,000 men in it? None. So what camp has 5,000 men? Not one. All the men in Israel United God, the Comforter God, they still the most what? 800, 900 men? It ain't 10,000. It's barely 1,000, right? So, you know, I think this question comes from, once again, you got brothers, man, that we're on Facebook too, right? Yeah, this is a topic that need to be touched on Facebook. You got brothers that are hurt on Facebook, and that they're trying to find every little bit thing to disannul. Right. And instead of going through the Bible and seeing if it's in the Bible first, they're going at it instead of saying, wait a minute, this is what the scriptures say. This ain't got nothing to do with man. So, and once again, I know that this might not be your problem. A lot of these breakdown scriptures, topics might not be your problem, but you need it for edification. You need it for the future. You need it just the topic of what we're going to go over order and rank. You need that for you and your household. So that's how it's going to help you also. So let's go right into it. Before we dig into the topic and really get deep into this point, I'm going to say this. Let's go to the understanding straight from the door. Before we get into this topic on rank and position and authority, I want you to go to Matthew 20, verse 25. And this is for all the naysayers, for the young brother and sister that don't understand about rank. This is for the ones that think they do understand about rank, but don't really understand how this applies to us. So, straight from the door, I want to go here. Read that.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 25.
Right.
But Yahushua called them unto him.
Right.
And said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them.
Right. Now, the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion. So, what rank isn't? Straight from the door, rank isn't dominion. Now, I'm going to tell you like this. As we go through rank, order, you're going to see it's the different definition of rank, order and the different definition of dominion. Watch. So I got the definition. Actually, look it up for me real quick. Could you?
Yeah.
Look up the definition of dominion, and she has it there. She should have it there for y'all online. This is very important. Why? Because as we do come into church, the body, in a family, in a household, we're not supposed to exercise dominion. We're not supposed to exercise dominion. But do you exercise order? Yes. Now I know you think you know the definition, but when you read it, you see it's totally different. What?
Well, I think of dominion. I think it has like it reminds me of the word dominate. So I can see what
Dominate.
Yeah, because like dominion and dominate. That's what it. So I guess
Right.
It makes sense when you say you ain't supposed to have dominion.
Yeah, and I think that the brother that is salty and doesn't understand, he's thinking from this perspective. Dominion is not supposed to be taken when we get on position or order in any perspective. And as we're going to touch on the different perspectives that order is applicable, or the other word rank is applicable, it's not, you don't supposed to practice dominion. So what do you got for dominion?
Dominion.
Sovereignty. See, you're not supposed to act like you're sovereign over a brother. That you are Lord and ruler in Jesus Christ over a man. Because the sovereignty is you yourself. Is what we had to come and learn. Is that there is no forcing men, coercing a man. There is no threatening a man. He said, do things without threatening. The truth don't supposed to be that. Even in your household, we're going to see, you don't supposed to have to tell your rib, do it or else. The word don't supposed to be conveyed to that point. Now, yes, the fear of the Lord still isn't that. So don't get misconstrued that when you drop the fear of the Lord or the word of the Lord and it conveys fear, that's taking away your sovereignty. It's not. And it's the Most High practicing dominion over you. Because you're supposed to fear the Most High above all. Just because man is delivering the message, you still fear the message. You're fearing the message. Right? So, and that's a whole topic in itself. But sovereignty, we don't supposed to try to take someone's sovereignty away. Like the white man did to you, did to us. He took away our sovereignty. Water, air, light, gas, all the natural resources is no longer man's. This is mine, and I control it, and I'm going to sell it to you. That's taking away your sovereignty. You have a God-given right to live, to breathe, to survive, and for a man not to take rule over you. You see that? So we're not supposed to have this dominion over us. See, that's why in this school here, all right, what I've learned, and it took me a while to practice, is that it's not about coercing, it's not about pushing a man, really, like over convincing, dancing around. It's not about that. And if that's your intentions, then you got it wrong. So it is about letting those people among you sincerely give themselves to the duty and office that is the Most High's. Period, point blank. So there is no sovereignty that's supposed to be taken. There is no dominion. Read else. What else?
Control.
Right. You don't supposed to, truthfully, if you haven't got it, you can't control anybody anyway. I realized that a long time ago. All the screaming and hooping and hollering, a brother's still going to do what he wants to do. A sister is still going to do what they want to do. So in our minds, we got to know what position. I'm using these words because when they talk about rank, right? The rank in the Bible has to do with military and putting men in military succession, right? So, it doesn't matter. We're going to find out. Bro, there's brothers that have 12 kids. You have now a little military. And you're going to apply rank, and you're going to apply order. So you got to be half. Let me not take shots. Let me just teach. Let me just teach. No, because it's like irritating that how men, don't sit down. It's irritating how men try to use every little thing to back out of what the Most High wants. And what the Most High wants is for us in every aspect or perspective to deal with rank and order. Everything. Okay, go ahead.
Supremacy.
You don't supposed to be that. I don't supposed to be practicing supremacy over you. And truthfully, if you're awoke, there's no way you can anyway. I'm awake. I understand that. There's no supremacy that I don't supposed to have to put hooks in your back. Your husband don't supposed to be like, you gonna follow my order, I'm gonna choke you out, beat you, kick you in the forehead. It's supposed to be easy. This is what the scriptures say. Wives, obey your husbands as unto the Lord. Why am I getting in an argument with you over this? This shouldn't be. I shouldn't have to be a lion in my house and bark out orders. You should already know this. So how far are we going to go with this? In this way, when you being disrespectful to the commandments and the will of the Most High. But even in that, it's supposed to be a free will to give yourself to your husband. It's supposed to be a free will to give yourself to the body. There is no, somebody put a gun in your head and said, listen, black and gold shirts, nigga, here it is. You know what I mean? Gold and purple, nigga. Gold and yellow, white and red, whatever damn color. Like, you coming into our school. That it's supposed to be the fear of the Lord that you say, hey, I want to be a part of that and doing that and putting in work and time and whatever. You understand that? I'm not narrowing it down to one thing. You know why? Because you're narrow-minded, because rank is in everything in life. Order is in everything in life. So whatever word you want to manipulate and use, oh, brother, rank ain't in the Bible. Rank is in the Bible, the actual word. Order's in the Bible. Structure, discipline, guidance, leadership, elders. We're going to read words like elders. We're going to read words like bishop, pastors, deacons. We're going to read word like order in the Bible. It's a such thing. It's not some foreign stuff like, where did this come from? Y'all Israelites started this. No, that's in the scriptures. Even the Christians know that, damn, you have to have order. Right? What?
I'm saying people that act like that, like they'll get on the job with Esau, they'll be the biggest Uncle Tom and the biggest yes sir.
They go to work and they shut the hell up.
They fall in order real quick.
They fall in rank and order real quick.
Yeah.
Your rank is what? You're a trooper, aka you're the fry guy. Your rank is not the officer of 10,000, the manager guy. You're the fry guy. It's the same thing. You can play with the word all you want, but it's going to come down to the one word, order. We're going to get to that. Let's finish this dominion, because when we do get rank, order, position, call yourself a pastor, a bishop, a deacon, an officer, a 5, 10, 15, 20, it doesn't matter, a general, we don't supposed to practice supremacy over anybody. Because, truthfully, you can't have supremacy over anybody. Unless you're damn, what's the guy that made everybody drink Kool-Aid?
Koresh.
Nah. What's his name?
Back in the days. Unless you're the cult leaders. But otherwise, really, it's free will. Especially in this generation. If we take it back maybe 20 years, I can say, man, it was a lot of coercing. Now, niggas don't care. I can stand up here and turn myself on fire. Brothers like, is class over yet, Doc? Yeah, so I'm not going to stress myself. You know what I mean? I can put a gun in my head, do it for Christ. They look at you like, Con, we get it, Doc. Right. Going home, I'm going to do what the hell I want to do, nigga. I show up when I want to show up. You gonna kill yourself if you think you can have supremacy over this generation. You know why? It's even more beautiful. You know why? Because the Most High is making the land give themselves through faith. So if they're not coming in really from a sincere heart, then guess what? The Most High don't want it anyway. So you shouldn't have to coerce. You shouldn't have to put a gun to somebody's head, put hooks in them. Shalom, hey, we over here passing out flyers. That should already be in you to say, hey, this is the will of the Most High. It says addicted myself to the ministry. How do I do that then? And that's it. That's the coercing. That's the supremacy that's supposed to be over you. The word, not man. If you fear because man is saying it, then there's a problem. You're not going to last anyway. I've seen that. How many generations? You got the man put it in and put it, if you fearing man, they're not going to do it anyway. That'll burn out. That zeal, right? We were talking about that yesterday in council, right? The Braveheart speech, you know what I mean? That'll burn out after a little bit. But the spirit will be continued. So you can't practice supremacy. Go ahead.
Ascendancy.
Ascendancy?
Gun.
Go ahead. We'll look at that one up. Go ahead.
Dominance.
Yeah, you can't be dominant. This ain't about being dominant. It shouldn't be. You know, it's like, hey, put it like this. You're a trooper, right?
Gun.
So you have right now the free will to come in and out. But once you say, hey, that I'm a good soldier, right? Ready to be a soldier for Yahushua, and I want to take on these different duties or offices, right? Like he says in Timothy's and Titus, a bishop, a pastor, a deacon is supposed to be grave, level-headed, temperate, right? And as you start to say, hey, I want to be that, then now you got to require from yourself those things, and man will require from yourself those things. So yeah, troopers come and go. They pop in when they want to. But you think he gets to pop in when he wants to? You think he gets... No, because what has dominance over him and supremacy over him is the office that he took on. You understand? Just like if you're at your job, you're the phone guy, it's going to be different if you are now the manager running the call center, right? It's totally different, right? It's different than if you're the COO and you have to run the corporation. It's different. You put yourself in that. And all this is supposed to be you putting yourself in this, like Paul said, being a prisoner for Christ. Okay, go ahead.
Are you in the synonyms? That's what you're reading?
That's good.
Let me.
Yeah. What you got? What else you got?
It says the power to direct, control, use and dispose of at pleasure, right of possession.
That's dominance.
That's dominance.
We're not. You know why we can't do that? Because we don't got the right to dispose at your pleasure. At our pleasure, we don't got the right to dispose. You're supposed to be like the scriptures say, long suffering. Even all the way to the end, Yahushua being on the cross, he never disposed of Israel. He said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Right? So Yahushua always had compassion on the ignorant. So this dominant spirit, this supremacy spirit, you can sit down now. This supremacy spirit is pushing past the order and power and will of the Most High, in service of the Most High.
You're no longer. I think people forget that when you get rank, you're supposed to be a minister, and a minister is a servant. You no longer be.
You're jumping ahead though. Can we let us get there? We're jumping ahead because we're gonna go there. Did you finish with that?
Let me finish.
Okay.
It says, control, use and dispose of at pleasure, right of possession, and use without being accountable.
Right. See, there you go. Use without being accountable. So this is dominion. This is what we don't supposed to have. So now that when we get position or rank or fall in a order, you're not supposed to be in this mind that, oh, I'm just disposing, using for my own means, or what else to say?
use without being accountable.
Yeah, you see there? I like that. Use without being accountable. Like, we are always accountable for everybody's spirits. Whether what we say, what we do, you're accountable. I can't just get up. You know how brothers do it? If I get up, I say something that offends you, and a brother be like, well, you're offended because you're offended. I'm accountable. Now, I still have to submit to his offense, right?
Yeah.
I might not have offended him, but I'm still accountable to go to him to work it out. I can't be like, oh yeah, so what, brother? You're offended. Yeah, that's you. I got to work that out now. That's the difference. Dominance is like, I don't have to answer to you. When the scriptures tell us we are servants to each other. So we do have to answer to each other. Y'all see that?
Right.
But of course, all this is in the guidelines of the scriptures, even in order, right? Because when it says rebuke not an elder, it's still a order and a right way to do things. You see that? So, but it's telling you the mind state behind this dominance is what we're not supposed to be. Dominance, dominion, back in the Bible. You got more on that?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Go back in the scriptures and read it from the top.
Matthew chapter 20, verse 25. But Yahushua called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them.
Right.
And they that are great exercise authority upon them.
Right. So this is what we're not supposed to be doing. And you see how from the door, why I went here is because we're not trying with the scriptures to impose the mind state against that. Order is not dominion. Go ahead.
26. But it shall not be so among you.
Right, but because Yahushua said it. Yahushua said it from the door. This is not supposed to be of you. Go ahead.
But whosoever will be great among you, let him be your minister.
Right. So we're ministering to each other. We're dealing with each other. We're servants to each other. Go ahead.
27. And whosoever will be chief among you,
right,
let him be your servant.
Right. That's what Yahushua did. He washed the apostles' feet. And yes, this is a problem too. But that doesn't make the scriptures wrong about order, about structure. It doesn't make the scriptures wrong. But men and women, they get in position and they don't stay humble. They don't stay meek. They don't say, you know what? I am still a servant to these individuals. We're a servant to each other. So yes, a lot of men, and that's in every aspect. So don't get it twisted. You do that in your house, right? The woman don't want to fall in order, so what happened? She lose her mind, she's disrespectful. Or the man is over excessive in order, and he's not condescending to the lower state. So it happens in all realms, right, where men lose their damn mind over position. But that doesn't mean you just break down all the order because one knucklehead has lost his mind. You know, because you need order in everything. We're going to go through this, yeah. Somebody, I'm sorry, yeah, you have.
So in 25 where it says, and they that are great exercise authority upon them, who is the...
That's talking about, it's going to tell us the Gentiles. Did we read it already? Yeah, it said the Gentiles, right? Because when they deal with it, it's straight business. They're not dealing with love, with brotherhood. You know, they're not dealing with, somebody was telling me about, somebody got fired and it was like, didn't even give them a warning and just fired them and they didn't do nothing wrong. I forgot what brother it was, but, you know, that's how Esau is. They don't give a damn. There ain't no love. There ain't no brotherhood. Hey, you know, I got sick. I got a flat. Oh, no, you're fired. There ain't no long suffering. You know? There ain't none of that. And that's what rank is supposed to be. You're not supposed to take on this position or any position in the body and then lose your damn head because you got a little position. You know, now you're the fry guy and they moving you up to the grease guy or down to the grease. I don't know. They're moving you up and then you're like, nah, nigga, I ain't out fries no more. Yeah, like you see our people how they get out there. They move up from $9 to $12 an hour and they start losing it. I'm the LEVIATHAN. Yeah, like, what are you talking about, nigga? You get paid $12 an hour. Chill out. You know what I mean? And that's how cops get. You know what I mean? They get in that supremacy spirit. You know, to where they lose care and love for people. Yeah.
No, you made a good point earlier. You were like, if I offend somebody, then not being having dominion, I'm gonna have to still be accountable for that.
You have to be accountable.
You remind I just read a scripture earlier today. When I was at the job, I listened to audio about
yeah.
talking about if you offend a little one,
yeah.
it'd be better for you to just tie a millstone around your neck and just jump in the ocean. I think it said something around those lines.
See, but see, I'm gonna show y'all something, and I understand why the brother's saying, oh, we don't need rank, or rank is not whatever the hell they're saying. I understand to this point that brothers, some brothers, not all brothers are psychopaths and dominants, right? Sounds like a damn what's that movie? The damn The Gray. What's that one movie that they tie each other up? They call each other dominants.
Domination.
Nah, it's that one.
Shades of Grey.
Yeah, 50 Shades of Grey.
Domination.
Right? It sounds like that, but that's how that is. It's a dominant. Nah, you're not supposed to be dominant. You're supposed to say, "Hey, I'm subject." Brothers, a lot of times, get out there in the street, and they no longer talk to an individual. That's not everybody, but they're just like dominant over them. It's supremacy over you, right? Instead of being, I'm actually out here to serve you, brothers and sisters, right? It's almost like, I'm right, shut the hell up, and you don't know nothing. I mean, bro, you are out there because obviously you know you're right. The scriptures are right, right? Why are we going out there, though? To teach who? The word in the Bible uses ignorant and simple and unlearned. You obviously know that they're sick, right? And you obviously know that they're ignorant. Why do I have to practice the dominance over you? Right? You're supposed to condescend. So what happens is, a lot of times you see the bad stuff and you say, and you want to weed out the whole method of the Bible. You can't do that. You got to weed out that spirit. You see that? And the only way we can weed it out is going over classes like this to show brothers that that's not the type of spirit you're supposed to be in. You know, you're still supposed to be a brother no matter what rank you get. But what rank, you get more duty. You get more position. You get more work. And a lot of brothers don't understand that. They look at rank like the world. Like, now I got rank, I can sit back instead of digging in and doing more. Right? We talked about that last night. You know, right? Like brothers stepping up and doing more, giving themselves more. See? So it's just this is the misconception with rank or position or order or structure. I'm gonna keep repeating these things because these are the words that's gonna resonate.
Even like delegation.
Yeah.
Brothers don't understand the difference between delegation and dominion. Where, yeah, when you do get higher positions, you are supposed to delegate, but you're the overseer of all the things that's been delegated. So that kind of gives you more work because now you gotta still be behind everybody to make sure that this man's on point.
Yeah.
This man's on point.
Right.
This man's on point. You don't delegate and disappear.
And you see what he just said? This man's on point. Well, who gave you the right to say that this man is on point? We're gonna find out. Like, is that biblical or is it just some man-made up thing? That's in every perspective and aspect of life. You got to have order. You got to have structure. Right? So as we go through this, y'all gonna see. Go ahead, what's up, Bob?
Yeah, and coming along, like you say, with the more responsibility, because I used to think that too, and I had got ranked when I was in the service. So
Yeah.
over like 50 guys. So one day I let them all go early, and then my senior came in
Yeah.
and checked me. Hey, where you crew that shit, mate? I said I let them go home. They finished their work already. And he but his response was to me, okay, well, I'm finna check it, and if it's not done,
You doing it.
right. You're responsible. That goes
Right.
accountability.
You're responsible. You're accountable for this. And that's what the Bible makes us, accountable. It don't make us like the white man, taskmasters, or, you know what I mean? And you know when that taskmaster gets in there, where you're trying to overconvince somebody. Oh, I came up in the old generation, and I understand, but the taskmaster comes in when you're over-convincing a brother that don't really want to do it. Because I shouldn't have to over-convince you. It should be free will. It should be your natural service to the Most High, right? So, and then you start trying to control the situation. Oh, you gonna do it. You know, like we did with our kids. You go do that and you're gonna get the damn belt. Right? Yeah. Because you got dominion over them. You got rulership over them. You see that? But it don't supposed to be like that with our people, because it's supposed to be free will. Now, what we do with our people is put the fear of the Lord in them. Listen, you're forgetting what the Most High said do. And that's not wrong. Y'all see that? So, but it's a thin line, because you got to know when you snap and you're losing it and you're getting stressed and you're getting frustrated and you're getting in your head because this person is not performing to the level that is required, that is the standard, that is of the Most High. Because you're going to get that. You're going to get people that will not. You get brothers, man. The scripture says if your tree bring not forth fruit, it's hewn down and cast in the fire. So you can get brothers to sit in these seats for like 5-6 years and not to try to do anything. But still, our job is not to practice dominion. It's to give them the knowledge and say, hey, the scripture says you have to have growth. So, bro, Khan, you've been sitting here 5 years. You got a lot of knowledge, but it's time to give something back. Right? But I can't force you still. I can't show up at your house, all right, you're going to take that officer's test. You're going to take that bishop's test.
Or we're going to beat you.
You know what I mean? Hey, Shalom, where you at? I shouldn't have to do that. See, I don't have to do that to him. Why? Because we're naturally working together. I don't have to call him. He's not my son. I don't have to treat him, or I don't even have to, brother, check him to the level that I would check a rebellious, stubborn, stiff-necked, hard-headed person. I can talk to him easy, like, bro, you should have, this is what I would have did. We can talk. But now we know hard heads, something else is applied, right? You correct, rebuke them sharply, right? But still, that's not practicing dominion. Because the dominion is thinking you can control them. You're going to put the whoop on them. That's not, you got to get that out of your head. And with the subject, we want all of our people that we teach to know that that's not what you're taking on. You're taking on more duty, work. You take the test, know that you're going to be required to do more work. You know what I mean? Not just overseeing, because it's not about that. So this is one of the basic scriptures, man, that we got to keep in mind. Go ahead, read on.
Verse 28.
Right. So we're in Matthew's what?
20, verse 28.
Go ahead.
Even as the Son of Man came not to be ministered unto,
yeah,
but to minister.
Right, but to minister, because that's what we're here to do. That's what rank, order, position is to do, is to minister. So when you get these guys, some brothers don't know how to deliver the message. You don't supposed to be running around talking about the Most High don't deal with rank. Why is there 10,000, your officer 10,000 when there's not 10,000 men? That's stupid. That's stupid. That don't make no sense.
It's like he said though, you don't wait for 10,000 men to get there to have a man that can deal with 10,000 men. You get them practicing early. You get them in the mode of doing the Judges 5:11, rehearsing righteous acts.
Yeah.
You before it a year ago, like it says in Corinthians. You don't wait till you have 50 men to have a man that can deal with 50 men. You teach a man how to deal with 50 men.
Right.
So that when the 50 men come, nobody's running around like chickens with their heads cut off. That's
Right.
the problem with Israel. I want to be reactive instead of proactive.
Right.
I want to sit back and just do the bare minimum instead of pushing myself past what's in front of me.
Yeah, that's once again I don't want to be part of any structure or order. Remember this word, structure or order, because when we touch on this definition, y'all gonna see, man, these cats are lost. You lost your damn mind. This brother's on Facebook lost his mind because you're just coming up with everything to try to poke at everything in the truth, man, because you're not studying and reading before you open up your mouth. You need structure, you need order, you need direction, you need discipline, you need these things. Go to 2 Corinthians 1 and 24. So Yahushua said that these things the Gentiles, they do, right? Go ahead.
2 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 24.
Go ahead.
Not for that we have dominion over your faith.
Right. See, Paul was saying, he said, not that I have dominion over your faith, because we don't. We don't have supremacy over your faith. And you don't supposed to try to assume that or think that. And I'm going to say it once again. Through experience, you get gray hairs, you get old, you get headaches. Why? You get angry all the time because you're trying to have supremacy over a knucklehead that don't want to do anything. You got to understand, one planteth, one watereth, the Most High gives the increase. Stop thinking you control everything. So come back down, come off that high cloud and understand rank, position, and orders to take on more ministry. Okay, go ahead.
But are helpers of your joy.
Right, but we're what?
Helpers of your joy.
Not that we're making dominion over you. Our mind state is to be, we're just trying to help you. But if you don't want that help, that's fine with us. That's how it's supposed to be. It don't supposed to be you gonna do this. We're putting fear or man's fear in you. You're supposed to know that, bro, we're trying to give you a hand. It says a brother is supposed to be there through adversity. And look, you're making, and I'm just example, you're making all the wrong decisions. Let us show you through the scriptures how to make the right decisions. See, that's helping a brother's faith. Go, yeah.
I was gonna say personal testimony too. Like y'all brothers know I was drinking like a lot.
Right.
But nobody ever every time you came to me it was like with scriptures. It was always like,
right.
Like, we understand. We've been there before.
But we couldn't force you, and then we couldn't get angry that you didn't want to stop. Truthfully, the Most High had to fill your spirit for you to see it. The Holy Spirit got to anoint you for you to say, damn, that liquor was destroying me. Man, look at what I did for applying the Bible, which was adhering and listening. A wise man will hear and increase in learning. What is he going to listen to? Oh, all these 1,000 scriptures that liquor is not good for you if you drink this every day. Oh, okay. Not just the one scripture to say, what is the one scripture? Wine is good?
Wine is good wine is good to make a man's heart merry.
Yeah, it's like, you can't just use that. Right, but you're not supposed to live off wine. The Spirit is supposed to make you merry 90% of the time, not wine. So, you're right. Perfect example. We couldn't force you. We couldn't put a gun to your head. And even sitting back and looking at it, there's many instances where that was your battle at the time. Now, other brothers and sisters got other battles. They got proud demons. They got lust spirits. They got lazy demons. We can't. We're not angels. We're not omnipotent. We're not God. All we can do is say, listen, this is what the scripture said. You keep going down that path, it's destructive. And then we gotta keep moving, because what happens is I'm gonna keep worrying about that, getting a headache, and And a lot of times you gotta be what? You gotta be okay. We're gonna put you over here, bro. We love you, but we gotta keep moving forward because you're being stubborn at this time. So go ahead and read that one more time.
Verse 24.
Go ahead.
Not for that we have dominion over your faith.
Yeah, because you see how Paul's saying, right with Yahushua. We're not that we got dominion over your faith. We can't rule over you. Go ahead.
But are helpers of of your joy.
Yeah, but we're helpers of your joy. You see how, you know why I got these scriptures out first? Because I want to get out first what Yahushua said rank, order, and position is about. Structure. It's supposed to be helpers. But it still is rank and order. Right? But it's just how your mind, when you take on this position, you look at it. Some brothers are thinking it as authority or position or kicking my feet up or now I can change the doctrine. Now I know something more than others. They lose all sense of humility, listening, learning. They just lose it. But it's not for that. Read on.
For by faith ye stand.
Right. See, you see that? You stand by your faith. I can't put faith in you, and you can't ride off of my faith. Y'all see that, right? Okay, one more before we go into this. 1 Peter 5 and 2. Because this is going to attack two things. This is how we're supposed to look at rank and position, or whatever word you want to call it, structure, order. This is how we're supposed to look at this. Okay, read that.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Feed the flock of Yahweh, which is among you.
Now stop. Let's take a look at this. Feeding the flock of the Most High. Everybody that comes through these doors, are they feeding the flock of the Most High?
Yeah.
La. So who is this talking to?
The servant.
No, who is this talking to?
The person reading.
No. It's not talking to the person reading, because the person that just walked into the door, they read it before. What?
The minister.
It's talking about the minister. What is another word that he's using here that he's not using? He said feeding the flock of the Lord.
Shepherd.
A what?
Shepherd.
He's using a shepherd. So you can play around with it. Whatever words you want to use, officer of 1,000, officer of 50, bishop, pastor, deacon, shepherd. What does a shepherd do with sheep?
Leads them.
He what?
Leads them.
He leads them.
Overseas.
Now, we can just close it up in class right here on that one, right? And show you that rank is in the Bible. The position, leadership is in the Bible. But he's telling us the proper way to lead. Christ showed us the proper way, which is ministering. You lead by example, right? He's going in a little deeper in here. Watch. Read it one more time.
Book of 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2. Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you.
That's what we're supposed to do. And we know that before you ought to be teachers, you need someone teach you. So before you become the shepherd, you need somebody to teach you how to guide the sheep. You had to, the other scripture says that we had to be first partakers of the fruit. Meaning that you need to know how to be a sheep to be able to lead them, so you can be conscious of how to be to your people, right? You see, there's a lot more elements. We're not going into all those elements. We're talking about, is there such thing as rank, order, leadership, an elder, a bishop, a pastor, a deacon? Yes, there is, man. Like, this is a no-brainer. Like I said, it's almost simple, like your kids telling you, well, who gave you dominion or authority over me? I'm your mama, I'm your daddy. Do what I told you to do. Go clean that room. Right? And they say, well, ranking ain't in the Bible. What are you talking about? There's positions. Right? Go ahead.
The problem is where narrow-minded brothers come with, well, who gave you the rank to even give rank?
Right. Well, it's telling us here. Right? And then we'll go back when you ought to be. Give me that one real quick and read it again.
Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you.
Right. So before we feed the flock of the Most High, let's answer the statement. Well, who gave you rank? Right. Who gave you rank? Well, the scriptures tell you.
Go to Hebrews 5.
Man, y'all gonna see these scriptures is like straight to the point. There's like, you know how you have to go to other scriptures to explain? Nah, these scriptures we're gonna be bringing out, man, is really straight to the point. Hebrews 5 and what?
Hebrews 5:12.
Right. So who gave you the rank? Right. Read that.
Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12.
Go ahead.
For when for the time ye ought to be teachers,
right,
ye have need that one teach you again.
Right. So who gave you the rank? The person that taught you. The only way you can get position, rank, or authority is by the person who taught you, who showed you the knowledge. Right? Go ahead.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh, and are become such as have need of milk.
Right. You see that? So, read that part again. I'm sorry.
Which be the first principles of the oracles of Yahweh.
So that's the basics. The basics is you have to learn. So, answering the Facebook statement, which is what? Well, who gave you the rank? Who gave you the position? The person that was a shepherd over me, that looked at me and said, okay, you're ready. You're ready. That's usually how you get position and rank. Right? You need someone teach you the principles of the doctrine. So they taught me the principles, and the other scriptures, I mean, we can keep going on all these scriptures, but it says, you don't reign unless you're under what? Tutors, right? Tutors and governors until the time appointed. So what happened is, a brother watched me. I came through the doors, and he looked at me and said, man, boom, brother, there's essential elements in this man that that go right with the Bible, right? So I'm watching. And when I'm watching, I'm teaching the principles. He taught me the principles of the doctrine, right? Faith, love, brotherhood, unity, patience, kindness, right? The doctrine, the word, right? That's what it says. Go ahead. Come on.
And are become such as have need of milk.
Right. So when I come in, I'm not the shepherd. I'm still the sheep. What? Blah, drinking the milk.
Getting fed.
Getting fed.
Somebody gotta feed you.
Yeah, right. That's why I say you don't just come in and become a shepherd. Well, feed the flock. The scriptures say feed the flock among you. Bro, you haven't even learned. So how are you? That's not applicable to you. Until you go through this verse, it's a process, right? Mm-hmm. That's like going in. No, I don't want to do fries. I'm going to be the manager. Like, hold on. You don't know how to do the fries, though, to show the other people how to do the fries. Right?
Because that's part of being a manager.
Because that's part of being a manager. You got to know what you're doing. Right? No, I don't want to do that. This is the process. Go ahead.
And not of strong meat.
Right, and not of strong meat. I can't just jump to shepherdship and move past the milk, because the milk, it built the natural, essential elements in me to become a good leader. But if I don't have the principles, then you know what? When I get in this position, I'm going to do things that are wrong or off or out of order or out of the way. So that's who gave you the rank. That's who's supposed to give you the rank. Know them that labor among you, that man among you, that taught you, that edified you, right? Those brothers, they were supposed to vouch for you. Men vouch for men. It wasn't just the elder. It wasn't just the elder. It was like, hey, this brother wants to take his test. Oh, he's not ready. He's still whoremongering. Like, oh, he's not ready. He's still smoking weed. Oh, he's not ready. He's still he still gets in fist fights with his wife. He can't be a bishop while he's fist fighting his wife, right? I mean, which makes sense, right? Or, you know what? This brother, he's ready, Why? Because he's known amongst the people to be an outstanding character, a solid man with integrity. You know what I mean? His household is grounded, stable, faithful, right? All these characteristics, and we touch over millions of times, but this is answering the question, well, who gave you rank? It's the man that is teaching you. They were supposed to give you the position and the rank. Why? Because if you're going to be put up in a position to be better ministering to the body, you can't be a damn thief, a robber, a killer, adulterer, a murderer, right? And you can't just take this upon yourself. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
For everyone that useth milk is unskillful.
Go ahead.
unskillful in the word of righteousness.
Right.
For he is a babe.
Right.
14. But strong meat belongeth to them that are full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses.
By reason of use, they use the principles, they practice them, they weeded out all that old man stuff to the best of their ability to take control over the things around them, right? They use them, okay? And then this is when they become the shepherd. This is when you can feed the flock among you. You can't just feed the flock among you. It says, unto your righteousness is what? That's the process. So that I don't know who would say that. Obviously, you need to learn again the first principles of the doctrine. Right? Go ahead. Go jump back, Jeremiah. Read where you're at.
1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 2.
Go ahead.
Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof.
Right. So, who gave you the authority to take the oversight? The Most High. Right? Where are you at? Where's the other one? Luke what?
Luke 12 and 48.
Right. Luke 12 and 48.
And you,
go ahead.
No, and you know what's crazy? Because you said like, who gives you the rank?
Right.
You really technically promote yourself through your works.
Truthfully. Yep.
Through your works, and then the Spirit bears witness to your work. You know, when brothers say, okay, is this man ready? What are they looking at? They're looking at
your works.
His works parallel to what the scriptures say.
Or her works.
Or her works. Well reported of good works.
There you go.
What's going on with this man? We're comparing spiritual things with spiritual things. So the teacher is judging through the spirit of the Bible.
There you go.
And through what a man is doing to say, well, yeah, no, he's still hoeing. He's still whooping his woman. He's still doing this. He's still doing that. He can't get the rank. He might be able to teach well or speak well, but there's still things that he hasn't picked up yet that he knows he can't do. Or, okay, well, he might not be the greatest teacher. He might not be the greatest this, but he gets things done. We can promote him on that and then build his teaching.
Right.
See, everything is assessed through the spirit. It ain't just, oh, we need a nigga to be an officer of 50. Just give him an officer of 50 because there ain't 50 men. We just want him to have some title.
It should be like that.
Like nobody on Facebook knows my rank. I forget my rank. All I know is I got brothers and sisters to be held accountable for, and I deal with them.
That's it.
That's it.
It's your job.
It's my job, right? No matter how many people are here. What? So you mean to tell me if there was 10,000, that's where you cut off at? If there was 50, that's just where you cut off?
Right.
Well, I can only deal with 50 of y'all, because that's my rank. So you other three people can't get dealt with.
Right.
Because I'm only an officer of 50.
It don't work like that.
It don't work. It don't make sense. You deal with the people. You deal with the congregation.
Right.
No matter how small or how big.
Right. So this class is on rank, position, order. It's this statement that's made. Rank. Who gave brothers rank, or is that in the Bible? We're finding that out already from the door. 1 Peter 5 and 2 said you were taking the oversight. What does that mean? Somebody tells me taking the oversight. What does that mean? You're done. You're done.
That means somebody took the position.
That means somebody took the position.
Somebody walked up and took a leading.
I don't care what name you give it.
Yeah, it don't matter.
You can give it shepherd. You can give it bishop. You can give it officer of 1,000. That's just a title. That don't mean nothing. It's work, right? Brothers are getting caught up in the most simple, stupid things like who made you an officer of 10,000. Okay, well let's deal with the New Testament. Bishop. What does bishop mean? It's wordplay. And you lack understanding on the concept of order and rank and why it's necessary.
Right, because if let's say we were all in and there's nothing against troopers and anything like that, but if we were all in a trooper mind state and we all operated as troopers, would anything really get done?
No.
To the level that it gets done where you have troopers?
No, because some troopers ain't motivated.
Self-motivated, right, but that's why they're still a trooper, because the self-propelling, the self-motivation,
right,
the self-starting is not been instilled in them.
Is that in the Bible? Is it in the Bible, the different levels? Some are iron, some are clay,
yep.
Some are hay,
yep,
and some are stubble, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, is rank in the Bible? Yes. Officers, hundreds, tens, thousands, right? Why? Because some men, the Most High gives every man certain measure of faith, and it grows. That's it. So at a certain time, when you come in, you're not. It's like brothers. You come in to get class. What brother came in and said, "Man, I'm going to take over the world"? Not many. Not many. Not many. Some brothers come in like, "Man, I just want to breathe the next day."
Yeah, I'm having trouble breathing.
I'm having trouble sitting in class.
Yeah.
And I want to breathe to the next day. But the Most High enlightens them, sparks their mind, and then the next 2 months they be like, I've been playing around. I got to get busy. What the hell have I been doing with my time? I'm wasting time with women. I'm wasting time with drinking. I got to get to work pleasing the Most High, and out of nowhere. But the Most High has to enlighten them to that level, right? And then they get sparked and they're like, I want to do more. What are you guys doing? Damn, I see y'all doing this. I want to do that.
There's already somebody doing that more though, where even if you don't put a title to it, the work alone puts the title on it.
Yeah.
If you're at work and they huddle you together for a work project, and all four people were in the same mind of, I'm waiting on you.
Right.
Then guess what's going to happen? Not a damn thing.
Right.
But then you'll see the leadership where somebody says, well, I'm not waiting on y'all. Let's do this.
Right.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
And you know that's life, though.
That's life. That's life. That's work. That's the truth.
How many of y'all go to your jobs and you get that unmotivated person?
Yeah, but
this is the one individual that's what? You ask him, hey, did you get this done? Oh, no, I gotta, well, what happened was, hey, did you do like, well, no, what happened was,
I just ain't doing that.
I told you that 3 months ago, right?
Yeah.
Like, why you ain't got on it yet? They're not motivated. They're not self-motivated. Those are the ones that gotta constantly, like your kids.
Or they just don't even want to
like my kids.
They don't even want to take on. They don't even want to take on the position of responsibility. Where it's like, first of all, I ain't no leader. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
How many people have you seen that? Oh, I'm not a leader. I'm not taking that on.
Yeah.
Think about it. Did not Moses?
Yeah. I don't want to be responsible.
Did not Moses?
Yeah.
Try to step out of the leadership that the Most High was trying to give him.
Yeah.
He tried to step back from the rank. He tried to step back from the structure, the order.
Most High was like,
Most High was like, hell no. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna put you here. I'm gonna give you a brother right under you.
Yeah.
To deal with whatever you can't deal with.
Yeah.
And then when it gets real grimy, I know I'm jumping, but I'm gonna put a bunch of other brothers under you to help.
Right.
Well, so
that's what this scripture is talking about.
It's life, man, where we can't even if you don't put title, a man's work in any realm will put him in a position.
Yeah, how many of y'all ever been, brother, as teenagers, they call it the what? What male?
Alpha.
Alpha male.
Alpha.
You ain't the officer of 1,000. You ain't the bishop. You ain't the pastor. You ain't the shepherd. The word is alpha male, meaning that you took the aggressive, authoritative position that when cats roll, they just looking at you. Right. You didn't say, listen, I anoint myself. It didn't happen. It's just you were the one that's get busy. That's life. You come in every arena and there's certain cats that want to do, and there's certain cats that just want to sit back and really not do.
They want to get led.
They want to get led. It says the slothful shall be under tribute, the diligent shall bear rule. So rank, position, structure, order is all through the Bible. It starts with him telling you here that you're supposed to be taking the oversight thereof. But how? Going back to the first point I want to establish, that Yahushai, Paul, the scripture said what? Not in dominion, not in supremacy, taking the oversight, how?
Taking the oversight thereof.
Right?
Not by constraint.
See, it don't supposed to be, I'm constraining you to do a position, to do a duty, to do an office, to do these things. And that's why, first of all, the brother that came up with this is because he don't want to deal with brothers. I'm a no camp. He's going to start doing that. I'm no camp. I'm no rank. I'm not over men. Good. Yeah, you already said it, right?
Yeah, I'm not over no
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you're right. You're not, because you're a trooper. You're not over no man, because you need to learn the principles of the doctrine and understand that you can't lead men. And if you can't lead men, you need to shut your mouth, because you cannot teach men. That's why where all these things come from. He's just blabbing things out that you just come up with. Like, what the hell are you talking about? No rank. Like, let's go on. Let's move on, man.
It's like you said.
Come on.
The slothful shall be under tribute. The diligent
shall bear rule.
Shall bear rule.
Yeah.
Bear rule over what? They're going to bear rule over the slothful.
There you go.
Rank is automatically established through a man's mind state.
Yeah.
Through his motivation, through his diligence, his consistency, his faith, hit the different levels. If I'm more diligent than you in studying, what is that going to automatically do?
Yeah.
It's going to promote me to a certain point.
Right.
If I'm more diligent and consistent in getting things done, what is that automatically going to do? That automatically puts me in a position to be looked at and say, wow, wait a minute. He's a self-starter. He gets things done.
Right.
Then somebody might say, okay, let's throw a title to that. I already had the title. I already had the position. I already had the rank.
Right. It wasn't that your title made me what I am.
Right.
It was that you are already doing the duties and the works of the office.
Right.
Right. So go ahead and finish.
But willingly.
But what?
Willingly.
Yeah, everything is supposed to be willingly. So going back to that, it don't supposed to be forced. Go ahead.
But not for filthy lucre.
But not for what?
Filthy lucre.
So, and then it goes into why and what is your intentions on what you're doing. Is it for filthy lucre? Right? Is it for filthy lucre? Is it for money? Is it because you want something from this? Go ahead.
But of a ready mind.
But of a what mind?
A ready mind.
Yeah, you got to be ready to do this. You got to be willing. It got to be in your heart. And it can't be forced. Go ahead.
Neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage.
Right. So once again, he's showing us that it's not about dominion. It's not about being lords. So if you're speaking from that perspective, rank, yeah, it's not about being lords, but rank has to be there. Position has to be there. Because that's how you get things done. Go ahead.
But being examples.
But being what?
Examples.
Examples of what?
And what's the point?
In samples. You got examples as outwardly, in samples as inwardly. So you're able to see the character, the attitude, the integrity of that person. He's an in sample. Go ahead.
To the flock.
Right?
But what's the point of an in sample if there's no rank that's needed? If we're all the same, I don't need an example. I'm gonna just do what the hell I want.
Mm-hmm.
But what is it saying? Read it one more time.
Neither as being lords over Yahweh's heritage.
Go ahead.
But examples.
But being what?
Examples.
But being in samples. So it's showing that your work, the way you carry yourself, your thoughts, that's what's gonna put you above. I don't have to headlock a man to get him right. All he has to do is sit back and see the way I roll and say, you know what? And if it's in him, for him to say, you know what? I want to do it like that.
Right.
I want to deal with my rib the way this brother deals with his rib. I want to be able to deal with brothers the way this brother deals, because the way I do it, it might not yield the same good results.
Yep.
You see that? So the example, what does it do? If it's a good example, it automatically is going to give you lordship. If you want to use that, I'm not going to use that word, lordship. It's automatically going to give you leadership.
Yeah.
Over the flock. Automatically. Because what is it saying? If a shepherd is supposed to feed the flock, what does that mean?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean about him feeding the flock? That means he has to take time out to go do that.
Right.
He has to designate time to say, you know what, I got responsibilities. The flock is just hungry. The flock don't got no responsibility. But the shepherd is like, you know what, I got to take care of my house, the flock. I got to take care of this, and that.
Right.
I got to make time for everything. So what does that mean? He got to be selfless. That's an example that now you look at it, you say, damn, he don't just care about himself.
Right.
He looks on the things of others. But what does
like
that
Yahweh Shai
do? Like Yahweh Shai did it. But what does that automatically do? Because if that was the case, wouldn't it have been easy for the 12 apostles to be like, we ain't following you, Christ. We all the same. We all brothers, right? Didn't they have rank?
We're going to go there.
I know we're going there. Go ahead.
You finish that.
Examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear,
right?
Ye shall receive a crown.
That's who we're accountable to, the chief shepherd, Yahweh Shai. That we're all just, this ain't even our vineyard. We're all hirelings. But even knowing that, he still set us in an order. Yeah.
Right, but even think about it. It said chief shepherd. That means that we're underling shepherds under the chief.
Right.
Rank right there. This whole scripture is showing you about rank, but how to get it and use it, not use it and abuse it, but why it's even needed. Your rank is really about your example and getting others right with your example.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a leader naturally, and I'm just a nigga, guess what? People's gonna follow that. Right. Everybody wants to be the anti-hero. Everybody wants to be Vin Diesel in every movie, right? You want to be the cool anti-hero, but you hate authority type guy, right? You want to be that guy. Everybody wants to be that because he does what? He puts himself out there as this alpha male. But it ain't the right way to roll. We know that. But it doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm promoting myself through my works, and if my works stand out, if they're good or they're bad, somebody's going to follow it. I'm going to be a leader regardless. But what am I supposed to be leading in?
Yeah.
It should be in righteousness. I should be well reported of good works.
Right. Is an in sample.
In sample.
Yeah. Did you finish?
Good.
All right. So go from there. Now that we got that out of the way.
You still want that Luke 12:48?
Yeah. Go to Luke 12:48 real quick. Go ahead and read that.
Luke chapter 12 and verse 48.
Yeah.
Truly, ye bear witness that ye allow the deeds of your fathers.
No.
Luke 12:48. Yeah, Luke 12:48.
But he that knew not and did commit things worthy of stripes,
go ahead,
shall be beaten with few stripes.
Right.
For unto whomsoever much is given,
right,
of him shall be much required.
Yeah, so who is giving you this? Is an angel coming down out of heaven? Like huh?
Them they have to rule over.
Them that have to rule over you, right? There are no angels coming down giving you rank. There ain't no angels coming down and saying, hey, listen, brother, you got to teach you the Hebrew Israelites. And you got to put off the old man. Ain't no angel doing that. I know it sounds basic, but was there an angel that came to you? No. It was a black man on the television or with a flyer or screaming on the street, and he was the one showing you, right? That's it. There wasn't nothing else, because the Most High uses and deals with men. Go ahead.
And to whom men have committed much,
go ahead,
of him they will ask the more.
Of him they will ask. Of whom? Read that part again. This is telling us something.
Very interesting.
Go ahead.
And to whom men have committed much.
To whom men? Men have committed much. Who gives that man the right? There's order. There's rank. There's position. Who gave you the right to commit the word of the Most High to anybody? Who gave us the right? First of all, the Most High did, right? And the Most High deals with order. So let's go there. Go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. And I want you to put up the definition of order after we go there.
What was your first scripture?
Go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
1 Corinthians chapter 14.
1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40.
Let
all things be done decently and in order.
Read it again.
Let all things.
Let some things.
All things.
Let the things I choose.
All things.
Right?
Be done decently and in order.
Now, I want you to Google, because I can't see it. I gave her the thing. Hold on a second. Let me do it here. I got it right here. Because this is right off of Google. This is right off of the easy definition. Put that definition up there for them. It says order. Listen to this. the arrangement or disposition of people or things in relation to each other according to a particular sequence. I mean, what is that called? What you might call rank, position, structure. In your household, hierarchy. In your household, you have order. We're going to go there. In the church, you have order and rank. And in order, you put things in sequence and structure. Okay, you're the flyer guy, you're the video guy, you're this guy. It don't mean we're better or worse. But there's order, rank, right? And even you might say, okay, well, you're the shepherd, you're the officer under the shepherd, you're the officer under the officer under the officer under the officer, right?
Good.
Why? Because the Most High deals with order. Let all things be done decently and in order. The arrangement, leave that definition. Do you got it up there? Okay, just saying. Okay, it says the arrangement or dispositioning of people or things in relation to each other according to particular sequence, pattern, or method. It says sequence, arrangement, organization, right? It repeats disposition, system, series, succession, and authoritative command, direction, or instruction.
You know why I like that?
Yeah, because it's very simple.
It's very simple, but it's even not that simple if you don't look at it. It says the arrangement or disposition of people or things in relation to each other. So these things are related to one another. According to a particular, check this out, I'm going to skip a particular method, right? Because what does a method do? A method yields a product. You do something with a method to get something done. So the method of the truth is how do we get the truth going and promoted?
Yeah.
You got brothers that do flyers. You got brothers that teach. You got brothers that hold posts. You got brothers that work them all, whatever it may be. But this is the part about the truth where people don't get it. It ain't like a job where I'm going to go sit in my position for 30 years and never ever grow.
Right.
Because guess what? The positions don't change. They're always there. There's always going to be a brother that needs to be doing flyers.
Right.
There's always going to be a need for a teacher. There's always going to be a need for the good example, the administration. But within the administration, there's different jobs.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the jobs don't go away because the men ain't there. The jobs are still there. Men just move up or down. Right?
Yeah.
But the administration, the job, the method is constantly being done. Regardless, the pattern, the sequence, these things are constantly being done. It doesn't matter about the man. Because one minute you could be, if you want to say a bishop, the next minute you could be out of the damn church, out of the school.
Right.
Or one minute you could be the member, next minute you're the bishop. But what is it all about? It's all about, are you applying the method? Are you doing the method? Are you fulfilling your office to be looked at and say, oh yeah, he's fulfilling his office. It's time for him to move to a new office. Does that mean that because Jeremiah knows how to do flyers that he gets promoted to something else, that he just stops doing flyers? No, he still keeps doing flyers in the repertoire. So when you really look at it, rank is just a building of a man to be able to be complete and say this man is complete at doing the method.
I was gonna say y'all touched on how because on the first scripture it was talking about how the Gentiles do it.
Yeah.
And that's not because it's common known it's like the higher up you get into Esau's jobs, the least work.
The least work you do.
I know anybody at my job. He was a president of sales or whatever. He's sitting on ESPN all day long and just watches games, not doing no work.
Believe it.
But he comes in the meetings and want to cuss us out for not beating sales goals or whatever. And it's like, what are you doing? You're not even in the churches. Like,
Well, he's doing his job.
Doing his job, yeah. He's doing his job according to that structure.
According to that structure.
And according to the fact that, yeah, he's a Gentile exercising dominion.
Yeah, exactly. Who is it?
Oh, that's the, that's right.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Mess with him real quick.
Well, y'all see that, right?
Yeah.
Where, yeah, Esau tells you the higher up you get, what do they always say? BS rolls downhill, right? It starts from the top and rolls downhill. It hits everybody else.
Right.
Trickle down effect. But it's the trickle up effect. It's the trickle up effect, man, where because when you move up, that don't exempt you from doing work. Now you're held more accountable.
Right.
Like it says, much is given, much is required.
Right.
What men commit, you got to be able to fulfill that commitment. It ain't, I mean, I don't know what brothers think, but you know what it is, man? It's that mind that I don't want to do my position.
Right.
I don't want to fulfill the position. And who ordained you to tell me what I should be doing?
But if think about it, why do you think the rebels are going to be cast out?
For these very purposes.
For this very reason. Like when we get to the wilderness, you're going to have Negroes, you're going to have brothers, you're going to have priests, you're going to have whoever the hell you think you are, going to sit there and think you deserve this or that.
Right.
And the Most High is going to place everybody in their order. You know, so and guess what? That order might be, hey, bro, you were good in this. I'm going to make you a leader over this. It's going to happen. So for you to say it's not necessary, then you're not looking at the bigger picture. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, and I guess I'm the one that brought it up, I'm not talking to you because you're not a Hebrew Israelite no more. I'm talking to the ones that are Hebrew Israelites. If you're a Hebrew Israelite, the 144,000, what are they? The elect, right? And we also know them as what? Go ahead.
The governing body?
The government, right?
Okay.
What are they going to be governing? Who they going to be over? The rank. We don't need no rank. Who they going to be over? They going to be up. Why are we rehearsing the righteous acts? Because all these things we're learning how to do everything that is going to be done in the kingdom. I'm not going to put one thing on it. We're learning everything that's going to be done in the kingdom. Okay? So read 1 Corinthians 14 and 40.
Let's be real, man. The Most High put Israel in a rank above every nation. He ranked us above all the nations.
Right.
I mean, come on. All men are created equal? No. He ranked us.
There you go.
So
yeah, that's on point.
I mean, I don't get it. You know, where brothers don't see it, where it's not needed. So are we equal now?
Where this comes up from is from. I can get the knowledge online. I don't have to.
I don't want to make myself subject.
Yeah, I don't have to be subject to any authority.
And the way I do it is say that I don't want to have the rank over nobody. So if I don't want to have rank, you definitely can't have no rank over me. You can't tell me what the hell to do.
Right.
I don't even want
it. If that's the case, then we should be like the churches are.
Yep.
And the thing is that you think the word would be getting out like it is if we were like the churches? Or did the word did men really have to sit and learn and then be the character of what was needed in the Bible?
Yeah.
Like, you trying to tell me you're the only one that gets to determine if you're ready or not? Bro, it says every man shall proclaim his own good. Right? It says many men think themselves to be something when they're not nothing. Right? So how is it you don't understand that the Most High's checks and balances is people around you and your nation? Everybody is subject to each other. I'm subject to you. You're subject to me. If I go off out of the way, you're going to obviously know. If you go off out of the way, we're going to obviously know. We're subject to each other. That's just the way it is. Y'all get this? So 1 Corinthians 14 and 40. Then go to, let me get a few of these out. Go ahead.
All things be done decently and in order.
So order, once again, and while I'm going over the definition, go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha 38 and 10. It says arrangement, disposition of people or things in relations to each other. You see that? Arrangement, organization, system, series, right? Command, an authoritative command, direction, instruction. So the Most High, in everything he deals with order. When you go sit in your car, how do you turn the car on? Do you sit on the roof, punch through the window, and put the key in? Do you sit in the passenger seat and then drive the car from the passenger seat? No, he deals with order. When you get your food, do they take it and throw it on the floor? Or is it an order to it? Is it a plate? Is it a spoon or fork? Is there order?
Yeah, when they get you a burger, do they put all the fixings and they squirt the ketchup on top?
Right. There's an order to everything, right? When you go to work, there's an order to things. When you put your clothes on, the Most High deals with order. You can be like crisscross and make you want to jump, and turn your pants backwards, the zipper on your butt.
Put your drawers over your
But do
pants.
you really want your zipper on your behind? It's an order to things. It's like you can't be a grown-ass man and say that order, rank, position, authority is not needed. Say that to your rib. You know what? Whoever husband tells you that or is saying that, I want you women to tell them, well, there's no rank. You don't got rank over me. You don't got order over me. You don't got supremacy over me. So why do I have to do what you telling me to do? Niggas go crazy. They're going to be calling us up trying to fight us. Why? Because you men do that only when it comes to them. But when they go home, they what? They put on their commando suit, Rambo suit. You know what I mean? They throw on their white t-shirt, muscle shirt with the headband.
57 wife beater.
No, the Rambo shirt. Straight up the dirty white.
Knife cuts.
Yeah. Walk in the house, get in order. Get in order, I am the law. Right? But when brothers come out, you got to do things in order. Brother, hold on. Who are you? Who are you to give an order? Like, brother, you're emotional as hell, man. And the reason why is because you don't want to lock into a structure and you want to be a freelance Israelite.
Ooh.
That's the only reason why. Come on now. Let's be real. Come on, I got to get some of these out. Come on. Hold on 1 second. Go ahead, read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 38 and verse 10.
Read.
Leave off from sin.
Right. This is the first step to come to the Most High. Is order. The order was stop doing sin. He didn't ask you. He ain't begging you. He's telling you what to do. When he said, I put before you life and death. He said, choose ye light. That's the order. You just don't want to choose light. Or what else does the Bible say? Command. You want to play wordplay?
Thou shalt.
Yeah, thou shalt. It's still telling you what to do. Nobody can tell me what to do. Nobody's going to lead me. The Spirit has led you. Bro, first of all, the black man that told you Christ was black, he's the one that led you to the verse you didn't know. And you followed direction. You followed structure when you went to Revelations 1 on down. Because he told you that. Right? In the spirit of Hamashiach. But they don't remember that. Read.
In order,
right.
Thy hands are right.
He says, order yourself aright. What does order your hands aright mean? Do things chaotic?
La.
Do things like you wanted to?
La.
Do things out of order?
La.
No, you order your hands aright. That's the first step coming to the Most High. He deals with order in everything. In your house, in your family, with your kids, with your wife, with your mind. You got to order your mind aright. Go ahead.
And cleanse thy heart from all wickedness.
Go to Ecclesiastes 2 and 6. This is what the Most High is saying about order. Order is needed. Structure. And now, you said, well, I thought y'all were going over rank. It is. The word rank is in order. If you're not doing things in order, then you're not arranging things. You're not structuring things directing things, you're not putting things in sequence. You're not prioritizing things. When you come into the church, things are prioritized, things are put in sequence, things are done in arrangement, done in order. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 6.
Go ahead. Psalms 119 and 133. Go ahead.
Believe in him.
Right.
And he will help thee.
Read.
Order thy way aright.
What does that mean?
That means it was out of order.
That ain't in the order sense. That is totally in the order sense. That the Most High is ordering you to do things right, the right way, because when you were in the world, you were chaotic. You smoke the blunt, you smoking it out of can. You don't want to smoke it out of a doobie, right? A damn paper. You want to do it out of a can. I went on World Star. He had 4 blunts in a
soda can?
Yeah, no, not a soda can, in a liter bottle.
Oh, yeah.
4 holes in it with 4 blunts, and he was smoking out a liter bottle. Why? Because Israelites, niggas are confused no matter what they do. God is not the author of confusion. You want to bring that confusion into Israel. You know what I mean? That type of mentality. You know what that type of mentality is? I do what I want, when I want, how I want. You ain't taking no commands from the Most High or nobody. Everything is based on ordering and doing things the correct way. Go ahead.
And trust in him.
Right? And trust in the Most High. That you putting yourself under the order, right, will lead you correctly. Right? You like your pants sagging. Guess what? The order is, brother, we don't wear our pants sagging to the ground. Why? I don't see no Bible verse. Somebody show me a Bible verse where it says, pull your pants up. Or the level of where your pants are supposed to be out of the Bible. But you know what it is? Order. Where's the order at? Where's the order with your pants sagging to your knees? You understand? But that's what they think, that, oh, that's just how you want to wear your pants out. I'm a free man. Right? No, there's still supposed to be order how we do things. Just like you don't wear a bra. Just like you don't wear a thong under your garment. Right? Talking about you a Hebrew Israelite. There's an order of things. What?
Even in this chapter, just the beginning is an order. Like it's a method. It's a standard of how
It's a standard.
Be successful.
Keep that definition up there. It says arrangement, sequence, organization, system, series. That's why I said they're tripping over this word rank or officer or bishop. Like, bro, it's order. God deals with order. Go ahead.
Verse 7.
Uh-huh.
Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy.
Right, that's it on that. Go from there. Go to Psalms
119 and verse 133.
And then go to 1 Corinthians 14. Go ahead.
Order my steps in thy word.
Right, the Most High says, what is he saying? He's saying, keep me confused.
Order my steps in thy word.
So how do we get in order with dealing with the Most High? In every perspective when it comes to what we eat, how we think, how we dress, how we walk, how we talk. That's why some people hate the truth.
Yeah.
Because you're like, you're telling me to change everything about me. Yes. You can't talk like that no more. Well, I talk how I want to talk. I bob my head, flip it. Like, is that in order? No. So guess what? You're being told how to change your character to be put. That's something you grow up with, right? And you bobbing and you moving and you doing all this. But the order is what? Not to be that way. Not to be haughty, loud, disrespectful, right? That's the order. But some people look at that as too much. Y'all too serious on this. Put your pants up, no blunts, no 40s, like, y'all, because they don't want order in their life. They like chaos. They like freedom to do anything that the flesh tells them. The truth is structure, restraint. It's direction. It's a bond. It's a burden. You're like, well, I got to do this. I got to watch the way I talk now. I got to watch the way I dress. You're like, this is a lot. Yeah, because you got to put off the old man. But who are you doing it for? The Most High, Yahweh Shai. They don't want to deal with order.
It's that straight and narrow where if I go out of bounds and do things incorrect, what's going to happen?
Right.
I'm going to either drown or I'm going to get burned up.
Right.
I stay on that path, and a lot of brothers and sisters don't want to just be on the path because they don't want to keep their body in order, their limbs in order.
Nah.
They want to be able to move around, and I want to go over here and see what that is.
Yeah.
I want to do that, but these are the things that hurt you.
Yeah.
We're at 119.
119 and 133.
Yeah.
And then go to 1 Corinthians 14 and 40 and Psalms 50. Go ahead and read that Psalms 119 and 133 again.
Order my steps in thy word.
Uh-huh.
And let not any iniquity have dominion over me.
Why? Because when you let the flesh and your own mind rule you, you are no longer under the order of the Most High. You're under your own direction.
There's a way that seemeth right unto
Yeah.
There's a way that seemeth right unto a man, the ways that are of death.
Right.
When you step out of, I like that. When you have that, when that iniquity has dominion, you step out of the decency and the order that the Most High is laying down.
There you go.
You step out of the straight and narrow. You step out of the path, and you start going into your own path. We got to understand that this is the destruction. Destruction comes from lack of order.
Right. Right. We're gonna get to this verbiage of rank, like officer or bishop or elder. You act like that's not there. We're gonna get to that. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 14 and verse 40.
For 33. 14 and 33.
Good.
Uh-huh.
For God is not the author of confusion.
You know why the Most High does this? Because he's not dealing with chaos. He's not dealing with confusion. You telling that you don't need rank. What the hell are we supposed to be? A body of chaos? So if the arm tell the leg, I don't want to do what the eye, I ain't going to do what the body, the mind says, what happens? You're damn probably, what do you call
Start twitching.
I don't want to do.
Spaz out.
Come on, man. These ain't grown men talking. This is childish. That's like my 9-year-old telling me, why do we have to do this? Like, why does it have to be structured? Why do I have to clean the kitchen and sweep the floors and mop? Because the it's dirty. Well, why do I gotta do it every day? Because every day you come in the kitchen, you don't wash your dish. If you had some order about yourself, it will be clean. So guess what? Every day you gotta go in there, you gotta mop the floors, you gotta do the kitchen, y'all gotta take out the trash. Now you gotta be under structure, arrangement, a system. Right? Like us. Why do we need order? Because we ain't out there doing right. The Most High has to say, okay, listen, let me show you how to not be a beast. Put your pants up. Talk right. Think intelligent. Don't lust. Don't lie. Don't love lies, right? Don't love wickedness. I'm going to put you in order, and you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. There ain't no such thing as rank. God got rank over you, bro. What are you talking about? The Most High has rank over all of us. You're going to tell Yahweh Shai and the angels, you know what I mean, but we don't need order.
He agrees with that.
Oh, he agrees with that.
No man over you.
Well, we're going to find out. Go ahead, read.
But of peace.
But of what?
Of peace.
Yeah, and that's where the peace comes in. The peace comes in where things are done in the direction and structure and order of the Most High. Go from there, Psalm 50 and 21.
Psalm chapter 50, verse 21.
Go ahead.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such a one as thyself.
Right.
But I will reprove thee.
Right.
And set them in order before thine eyes.
Right. Listen, you know how much Israelites need order and structure and rank and position? Yeah, we let these guys come in here, and this is in any school. You let them come in your school, they'll be doing all kind of wickedness and madness. Listen, we supposedly are on top of it, and they still try to do it, right? So imagine if there was no order or rank or position. That'd be chaotic. I'm not over no man. You know what I mean? We know nobody's over anybody. But for structure rank and position rank, there's someone to go to in that office to do that job. So if your mind is so warped that you don't understand that it is to fulfill the duty and service for each other. You got to come down, man, and understand it's not to be over anybody or have dominion, but it is to be able to say, well, who do we go to? Because who's the guy to counsel with? Oh, this sister, she's a good counselor. Go to her. Does it make her over everybody else and better? No, she's just good at that. You see what I'm saying? That's her thing. Does it make this brother the high supreme angelic being because he's in that position? No, that's just his job. And then the next man has his job, right? We have a structure, it's order. Go ahead, First Chronicles 15 and 13.
Yeah, it's like you said. What?
Go ahead.
It's like you said, man, for that, and I could just, the definition is saying give authoritative direction.
Right.
It's about direction. Where there's no vision, the people perish. Again, if we all are in the same mind state and it's a low mind state, who's going to be the direction that we look towards to move forward?
Right.
To propel ourselves. And it's something that you just said it. Imagine if there was no rank at all in the truth ever. Bro, we wouldn't be sitting here today. The truth wouldn't go nowhere.
Nah.
This teaching wouldn't go anywhere without structure, rank, without a brother saying, you know what, I'm going to take the reins and move this forward.
Right.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to sit around in this one place. I'm going to go to another state and move the word. Like, if that wasn't the thinking, because that's what it is. The thinking comes through the rank. If the thinking wasn't there, we'd be all still trying to get the truth from New York. We'd all be what? Watching Facebook or watching YouTube, and it'd be 1,000 brothers in New York.
And nobody nowhere else.
And nowhere else?
Right.
There would be 1,000 beastie-ass dudes in New York just yelling. I mean, come on, you got to see it. It don't make sense.
First Chronicles 15 and 13.
You got a question. What's up, my bro?
Oh, I have a comment.
Yeah.
I was going to say, the class is so dope because now I think about like what America does and how America became so powerful. All they did was they went to other nations and countries and they destroyed the order that they had. And when they destroyed that country's order, then chaos automatically ensues.
There you go.
There's no order. And then they come and they put in their order.
Right.
And that's how they end up falling under America.
You're right.
But
You're right.
it's dope because I was thinking about everything. Like, damn, without order, it's chaos. Everything is chaos without order.
That's why you said you can tell this is a 9-year-old mentality because you're not thinking. You're thinking about this 10,000 men thing. Well, there's not 10,000 men. That's not what the Bible's talking about. It's talking about what you're gonna see. Come on, read that.
For because ye did it not at the first,
right?
The Most High power made a breach upon us.
Right. See, this is one instance, but I'm showing you this with this scripture that this is how Israel was doing all the time. How many times did he made a breach? Yeah, we know if you read the story, this is because the ark, they touched it, right? But how many times did the Most High have to breach us and whoop us and beat us? But why though? It's going to tell us. Go ahead.
For that we sought him not after the due order.
That's everything. Why Israel get whipped? Because you sought him not after the orders, the commandments, the laws, the structure, the way things are supposed to be done. So those scriptures is to show the Most High deals with order. And listen, you're punished. You're in the situation you're in because you got no order about yourself. Now, where does the order start? Where does the order start? Go to 2 Corinthians, 2 Ezra 14 and 13. The order starts in your house. The order was supposed to start in your house. Now we jumped. Yeah, the order starts with you, but I'm going to the house. You know why? Because once again, the men that are coming up with this, they're not realizing that they ain't going to teach their rib that. They ain't going to teach their rib, oh, there's no rank. I'm not over no man. Well, but you over a woman? What? Well, you over a woman, though. She's the weaker vessel. Why are you over her? Right? What?
Because he's following the order. God, Christ, man.
And we're going to get there. We're going to get there. 2 Corinthians, 2 Ezra 14 and 13.
Now therefore, set thine house in order.
Do what?
Set thine house in order.
That's what we were supposed to do. When you go in the house, Your house was supposed to be set in order. It was supposed to be, like the scripture says, like the sister said, God, Christ, man, woman, children. So you talk about, so there's no rank in your house? Huh? You ain't got 10,000 men.
You ain't got 10,000. Yeah, you ain't got 10,000 ribs.
You ain't got 10,000 wives or 10,000 sons. But you got rank and structure and order in your house. Go ahead.
And reprove thy people.
Right? And do what?
Reprove thy people.
Who gave him the right to do that? The Most High. Just like you were called, the Most High gave us the right to do it. And he gave us the right to do these things in order. Go ahead.
It goes right back to the first Peter taking the oversight.
Yeah.
It goes right back to the Hebrews about being that example.
Right.
Where how can you give the order? How can you be the discipline if your obedience is not fulfilled?
Exactly.
Obedience is order. Being obedient to something, that's order.
Yeah.
So how can you make one obedient and set your house in order if you're not being obedient?
Right.
You can't. But go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
See, and that way it goes back to the ministry, right? You're in this position to do a higher calling, a bigger duty. So now you are comforting, right? You are leading. Why? Because everybody don't want to be a comfort. You know how many brothers, come on now, let's be real. How many brothers don't want to deal with people? It's like every 10 brothers we get in here, only one wants to deal with a person. Everybody else is what? I'm just not a people person. I'm just not a people person. I'm just not a people person. I'm like, what the where'd y'all grow? Where they building this generation in basements? In like a basement, what Aunt your mama? You know what I mean? I just don't want to deal with people. I don't like people. I'm not a people. Like, stop it. If we left it to that, guess what? Nobody would get taught. Shit. Nobody would know. I don't want to comfort them. I don't want to deal with them because they had an attitude with me. I ain't dealing with that. As soon as somebody say something stupid, pow, I'm done with them. Where's the ones that's going to take on the duty and say, you know what? Nah, I am going to humble myself, minister them, and deal with their emotions and deal with their head case and be happy about it. To say, you know what? I did the work of the Most High today. Why? Because this individual that had so much battle in their mind and in their spirit, I just helped them come out of that. That's the joy. Some people don't want to do that. That's why the Most High got different offices. You see that? That's why you get that guy that can't. I just don't talk to people. He's still the guy that holds signs. Why? Because he can't pass out flyers. Because he don't want to learn how to talk to people. Because the truth is about talking to people. Come on now. This word is about, you can't just sit in a corner like, that's just the way I am. You got to talk with people. You got to communicate with people. The feast, you got to congregate with people. Right? And then you got to be real with people. You can't give them all the time the fake smile like, you having fun out? God. Like, I haven't got out of my house. Why? Because you're not coming out of yourself. And I'm making fun of it. You know why? It's not you. It's every black person that grew up with one parent home. So stop thinking you're special and getting your feelings hurt. It's every black person, every Hebrew Israelite person that grew up in one parent home and that didn't have the dynamic of a father and a mother to show them. And if you did grow up and you're still like that, then you need to get out and get life. So it's not personal. It's just, if we left it to that, we wouldn't be comforting our people because this individual don't want to deal with them. Y'all see that? Go ahead.
And now renounce corruption.
Read.
Let go from the mortal thoughts.
Let go from the mortal thoughts. See, this is how we got our life in order. This is how we got our family in order. This is what's supposed to happen. Go ahead.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Right. What verse are you at?
Verse 14.
Go ahead.
Third precept.
Put off now the weak nature.
Yeah, you see? That's the order. That's how we order our house. You don't supposed to be teaching your rib the weak nature. You go into with that stupidity with your rib. Yeah, I'm not over no man. You think you're like locked in saying that madness. She's going to be looking at you like, well, why you come barking over here like you Rambo 3? You Judge Dredd if there's no order, if there's no rank. Oh, I get it, baby. You don't want order, but you want to bark orders out. Women ain't stupid. They know why the hell you saying what you saying. That's why I love being subject to the nation, to the congregation. Then I can look at my ribs and say, listen, if I do it, you're going to have to watch the end sample. You're going to have to watch the example. Go ahead.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee.
Read.
And haste thee to flee from these times.
Right. Go from there. Go to Ecclesiastes 26, verse 16. Ecclesiastes 25 and 1.
In the Bible?
Yeah, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 26, verse 16.
Right. Come on. We're showing order in the house. Go ahead.
Verse 16.
Go ahead.
As the sun when it ariseth in the high heaven.
Right.
So is the beauty of a good wife.
Go ahead.
In the ordering of her house.
Right. Well, she had to order the house, right? What about the man? It said, set thy house in order. So he got to set it in order, and she got to set it in order. And how do they set it in order? How do they set this in order? Go to Ecclesiastes 25 and 1. How do you set a house in order? No, you just run chaotic. There's no rank. There's no position. How do you set it in order? And then somebody grab me 1 Corinthians 11 and 1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 25 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
In 3 things I was beautified.
Go ahead.
And stood up beautiful, both before Yahweh and men.
Read.
The unity of brethren.
No, because unity means you can just be chaotic.
The unity of brethren.
The unity comes through brotherhood. And one thing about brotherhood, when you really understand it, no, you don't need somebody flaunting their rank or position. But it's understood. I shouldn't have to bark around and say I'm elder or I'm this or that. It should already be known when people come in. You know what I mean? When you came in, did you know who the teachers was and you know who the students are?
Good.
Then we have to come here and be like,
Officer 13,000.
brother, just want to let you know, black man, that I'm 13 shield high priest angelic succession.
Damn.
Angelic being under Michael the Archangel to the 5th power, and I'm letting you know I'm that nigga. Like, nobody has to do that madness, man. It's supposed to be already known through your works.
Right. Angelic
You know what I mean? You're supposed to know through the works. Okay, this guy right here, you can see. And not only through one works, you see the multiple works. Oh, this, that, this, and that, and this. Oh, that's the brother, that's the officer. And you're like, oh, these are the sisters. Which one's the elder? Oh, okay, this is the sister. Oh, she's doing it. Okay, let me learn. Where are the doorsteps of the wise, right?
Good.
You know, and treat the elders with respect. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what the Bible's talking about. Not like they ain't no necessary needed in this. Elderness. What you calling yourself an elder? Who gives you the right? You ain't 70. Come on, man. Read. Come on.
The love of neighbors.
The what?
Love of neighbors.
Read.
And a man and a wife that agree together.
A man and a wife that agreed together. So how did she set her house in order?
Agreeing with her husband.
Agreeing with her husband. Right?
Right.
She said it. She was in order because she agreed with her husband. Now let's go back to the man. Uh-oh. I'm going to scare some of y'all brothers now. How did your husband set your house in order?
Submit yourself one to another.
Who got a scripture? There's a scripture we always pull. How did your husband set your house in order? Ecclesiastes 27 and 3. A scripture we always pull. Yeah, I gave that scripture to you like 10 times, huh? Yeah. Read that. Read.
Ecclesiastes chapter 27 and verse 3.
Go ahead.
Unless a man hold himself diligently in the fear of the Most High.
Right.
His house shall soon be overthrown.
He had to follow the order of the Most High and start following the commandments and saying, Yahweh, direct my steps. Not coming off with some egotistical power trip, Batman type of mentality. He had to say, you know what? I'm going to show my wife through example and following order, direction, and humility, right? And structure. And that's what is the example for the households. That's what the wife said. Wait a minute. My husband is falling under orders of the Most High, of the body, of the brotherhood. Then I have to follow order under him. He's submitting, I got to submit. He's giving, I have to give. Whatever word you want to use, submitting, giving, ministering, doing, you're still what? Subject. There's another word for you. You're still doing what? I am subject to you, brother. Right? And we are subject to each other. You want to put rank? Fine, put rank. Order. It's the way things are done in a body, in a structure. So now we know that. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1 and 10. Let's try to get these out quick. Deuteronomy 1 and 10. Deuteronomy 17 and 9. You're going to read 10 down to verse 17. Let's get out why Moses set up order. Why he set up officers and soldiers and troopers. And why you hear a lot of Israelites talking and using that lingo. You have some Israelites that use the lingo of officers, soldiers, troopers. And then you have some camps talking about bishop, pastors, deacons. Same thing. It's the same thing. Or priests. Like we don't even, you see our name up there, it just says priests. Right? Well, you're going to get mad at me because it says priest? Like, who are you? Just a priest. I ain't taking on no rank or position, right? But it is still a rank or position, right? You got to think, man. These are the things that y'all get on there and y'all let this stupidity start to divide and cause confusion. And why is this necessary? It's necessary in the Bible. Go ahead, read that first. Deuteronomy 1 and 10.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 10.
Down to verse 17.
The Lord your God had multiplied you. And behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude.
Right, and that's where we're going to get to. Right? We're going to get there. We're going to get to the multitude. And guess what? We are there. Why? Because it ain't just about one camp. You have to apply in your school order. So when you go out there, you are light to the nations. If you don't apply rank and order, then you get out there. Listen, are y'all ever taught to go disrespect a bishop or a high-ranking man from other camps? Why? Because we practice order. You practice order. So if you're so narrow-minded, well, there's not 10,000 men. If you add all the Israelites up in all these 10,000 schools, there's 10,000 men. And in that, we still supposed to be in order. I don't care where you go. You bump into Israel United, you're supposed to be respectful, in order. You bump into ISUPK, be in order. You bump into GMS, and they disgruntled. You supposed to be in order. Because that's what the scripture says. We're the light of the world. If they're out of order, that's them. But you're supposed to show respect, order, discipline, character, and a standard. Not be like, well, I ain't got rank, you ain't got rank. Who the hell are you, brother? You're right. In that instance, nobody is acknowledging rank. You know what is being acknowledged? Character, standard, right? What brother you bump into out there from another camp and be like, brother, what rank are you? Oh, I'm going to submit. Oh, because you're this rank, I'm not going to submit. That never happens. You know what happens? You bump into a brother. And you know what you're looking at? Character. And if there's order, discipline, righteousness, humility, compassion, and the characteristics of the spirit in that individual, they're going to entreat you with respect. And that's what order does. You understand that? Go ahead.
The Most High your power had multiplied you.
Right.
And behold, ye are this day as the stars of heaven for multitude.
Go ahead.
The Most High your power of your fathers make you 1,000 times.
Right.
So many more as ye are. And bless you as he had promised you.
Right.
how can I myself alone bear your cumbrance?
Right. Now, this is why position is always given. And Moses is saying the same thing we're going to read in the New Testament. And we already read in the New Testament, taking oversight thereof. Right? This is why position, rank is in the truth, in a church, in a body, in a school, whatever label you want to put upon it. Okay, go ahead.
And your burden.
And your what?
Your burden.
Because every church, every school, every body has a what?
Burden.
Burden, brother. Everybody has a burden. We got the burden of the ministry. The sisters do the garments. They cook. They clean the school. Man, sisters is just, one sister set up on just getting utensils for the bathroom. Right? But there's a sister telling her what utensils to get. Right?
Good.
Doesn't mean that because she get the utensils, that the other sisters got to be like, you just the utensil sister. Come on, man. But there's structure to get things done. Same thing in the rank. And this is what it's going to tell us. To take more burden. Go ahead.
And your strife.
Read.
Take you wise men.
Right. Take you what?
Wise men.
The Bible, the law, right? Everybody's always tripping on the law. Where it says in the law, where it says in the Torah, right? We in the Torah, man. He said, get you what?
Wise men.
That's what we're supposed to be looking for. Wise men and wise women. To do what? Read.
And understanding.
Right. Listen, not only wise, not only have knowledge, but also understand what it's for. Not rank to be lords, but now I get this rank because I'm going to be more busy. Go ahead.
And known among your tribe.
Right. And what?
Known among your tribe.
So we didn't lie to you earlier when we said they got to be known. Hey, they speak for that brother. Hey, that brother Lakarab, that brother Jeremiah, that brother Zion, that brother Ariah, that brother William, Lewis, all these new cats. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that brother's man, he's known for this. Or this sister's known for that. But if you're known for being disgruntled, if you're known for being argumentative, if you're known for being a problem, nobody can make it up. You're just going to have more than one person say, you know, I dealt with them and he was disgruntled. She was disgruntled. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I had the same problem too. Yeah, me too. Matt too. And when there was 10,000, you was getting at least, you was getting a lot of people that say, yeah, man, we can't vouch for that brother. We can't vouch for that sister. They're not going to be the ones to put in a position. Why? Because they're not holding the standard. See, go ahead.
And I will make them rulers over you.
And I will do what?
Make them rulers over you.
Right, rulers. Why? Because the burden has to be taken on. So it doesn't matter how many men you got in your school. Brother, if you got 3 men in your school, you need order. Where 2 is, there is Christ. If you got 10 men, 100 men, 800 men, you need order, you need rank, you need position, you need structure. So it don't matter. Don't let nobody tell you that stupidity. Go ahead.
And he answered me and said, the thing which thou hast spoken is good for us to do.
He said it's good for us to do. Why? Because there's things that need to be handled. You know, we put it out in the text. Well, we need some flyers. We're going to Arizona. We need some flyers. Does that mean you're a lord over the person that makes the flyers? No, it just means that you need flyers. We got to go do a job out there. Let us get some flyers, right? This is not a power trip thing, and it don't supposed to be. It's supposed to be a system working together, right? And I know brothers that came up with this madness is probably in their head. Maybe they felt brothers were power tripping. Well, somebody got to put them in order, because once again, but you need order, right? To tell them, hey, you tripping. That's not what rank's for, right? Go ahead.
So I took the chief of your tribes, wise men.
So there was already order.
Right. Yeah. Before Moses.
It was already order.
There was already chief men. That's why when they say they met the North American Indians,
chief.
They will go to the chief.
They go to the chief.
They would go to the chief, and he would be the man of wisdom and understanding. The chief had other chieftains amongst him, noblemen.
Even before this, when you read about Moses, the Most High told him to take chief men to go spy out the land.
Right.
He said the heads of the tribes. So there was already an established order without it being set in stone. It was already men that were wiser than others. Because what made you a chief man? You have to be wise. It says you have to be wise, understanding. Where's it at? Wise, understanding, known among your tribes.
Yeah.
They had to be wise and understanding. They didn't show up and they were like, okay, we're gonna get you to be wise and understanding. They were already there. It's just like if you got 3 brothers in your congregation, what are you, an officer of 3? Okay, fine.
It don't matter.
So then the brother rolls in and you got to switch him to an officer of 4. And another brother rolls in and then so if a brother leaves, he goes down to an officer of 3 again.
No,
it don't make sense. It don't make sense. You are what you are because of your work. It don't change because of who's
title,
around
yeah,
or who's there.
Yeah.
These men were already chief men
before
the order was given.
Right. Very, very true.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're going to read down to verse 17.
So I took the chief of your tribe.
Yeah.
Wise men.
Right.
And known.
See? Go ahead.
And made them heads over you.
Right. They were made heads over them. So there is such thing as rank and position. Go ahead.
Captains over thousands.
Wait a minute. Captains. Uh-oh. Now you get into some military talk here. Go ahead.
And captains over 100.
Go ahead.
And captains over 50.
Go ahead.
And captains over 10.
Right.
And officers among your tribe.
Right, so there was such a thing. Go ahead.
And how come they weren't all just officers of thousands? There was thousands of us in the wilderness. How come they all weren't just, why the hell would we need an officer of 10 if there's thousands of us?
Right.
Because each man, an officer of 10 had a different level of understanding and wisdom than an officer of 1,000.
And that's the logic behind order and rank and position. Is like, you got to know where this individual, his gift is, and what he's able to handle at that moment, and put him there. You can't put that guy. I mean, this is common sense, y'all. Are we even talking about this? Is this even a conversation I have to go through the Bible and show? Are you for real? This is stupid. Stupid. The Bible's not stupid. You know what's stupid? For you to even think that it's not necessary is stupid, is what I'm saying. To even conversate about order, structure, rank, position is off. Go ahead, man.
And I charge your judges at that time.
Right.
Saying, hear the causes between your brethren.
They were going to do what?
Hear the causes between your brethren.
Okay, brothers. You don't got 10,000 men, but do you got causes? Is there a cause of some drama? Is there burdens? Is there problems? Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you got 10,000 men or not, or 5,000 or 10. You got drama. I don't care if it's 5 of y'all. Somebody need to work the drama out. He said where 2 or 3 is Christ. He said if you got a problem with a brother, he said, we'll try to work it out. If you can't, go get another brother. That makes you 3 now. And he said, if you can't work it out with the 3, you go get what? You go get one more. If you can't work that out, then you go to the congregation. Why? Because it didn't take you to be a rank of 10,000 men to deal with the problem. It took somebody with wisdom and understanding and justice that can go in and say, hey, this is something y'all not looking at. That's what rank and position is for. It doesn't matter about a number. You understand? That's why the New Testament, they don't use numbers. They don't use this officer of 10s, 100,000s. But it's a no-brainer for people that read the Bible and understand that's what's just a label. Okay, go ahead.
And judge.
Read.
Righteously.
Read.
Between every man and his brother.
That's the main point. That these men that we're going to judge correctly deal with these situations and fix the problems among you. That's what this is all about. Go ahead.
And the stranger that is with him.
Right, what verse you at?
Verse 17, last one.
Right?
Ye shall not respect persons in judgment.
Right.
But ye shall hear the small as well as the great.
That's what this is. That's what rank and position's about. So when you come in this school and you come in and say, I want to take on a position, it's to do more work, not to kick back. Brother, you finna get busy. We finna throw that cross on you, and you gonna be bearing that burden, like Yahushua said. That's all it's about. Go from there. Go to Deuteronomy 17 and 9, and you're gonna jump to verse 12.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 9.
And then somebody get Deuteronomy 19 and 18. Come on. We got to get in this New Testament, because this is what's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind in the New Testament, how they dealt. This is going to kill all that noise. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 17, verse 9.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites.
Right.
And unto the judge that shall be in those days.
Right. So you had the priests, you had the Levites, and you had them judging, and you had judges. Go ahead.
In those days, and inquire, and they shall show thee the sentence of judgment.
See, you were supposed to go to the priests, the Levites, right, the judges, and they were going to do what? Whatever situation it was, they were going to make the sentence. That's what rank is for. That's what position is for. To take the oversight and to judge correctly and lead our people on the right path. That's what it's for, man. That's why we come into a body, because we want to build whatever body you're in. You need order. Your house needs order. Go ahead.
Verse 12. And the man that will do presumptuously,
right,
and will not hearken unto the priest.
Because the angels didn't come out of heaven and make these judgment calls. You understand? Y'all remember when Achan, he held the garment, and he buried the goodly Babylonish garment under his tent? Did angels come out of heaven and judge? Hell no, it was angry Israelites that were suffering because of one man, one household. You see that? And they judge correctly. That's what rank and position is for, to judge correctly, to deal with wise and solve issues and problems like Solomon did, right? Go ahead.
And will not hearken unto the priest that standeth to minister there before the Lord thy God.
Why? Because the priests were set up to give him the judgment, but they ain't listening to him. Go ahead.
Or unto the judge.
Read.
Even that man shall die.
Even that man shall what?
Shall die.
Read.
And thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
Are y'all listening? The Most High dealt with order. He dealt with rank. And so much, so severely in this time, that you be put to death because you didn't listen to the commandment of these elders. All right, where you at?
I was in verse 12.
All right, go from there. Go to Deuteronomy 19, 18. And then we're going to go into the order of the church after Deuteronomy 19 and 18. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 18.
Go ahead.
And the judges shall make diligent inquisition.
See, that's what we're supposed to be doing with problems. That's what a rank officer, 10, hundreds, 50, 3, 4, 5. You're supposed to be diligently inquiring of the issues and problems and strengths and helps and building. And I don't give a dang if you're the paint the sanctuary. We got sisters for that. They come in here like, well, we got to change this in the sanctuary. That's order, right? Why? Because one thing you got to know about black people, you got to know about Israelites. If you don't have no order, oh my God, bro, everybody will have an opinion and nothing will get done. We sent through the text. When y'all sisters talk to the sister text, hey, y'all want to do tacos today? It could be like 45 minutes of like, I don't want to do taco. We always do taco. Oh, you want to do taco? I'm chubby right now. I don't want to do taco. It's like 45 minutes later, y'all don't want to do tacos. Why? Until the sister came and said, listen, this is what we going to do. we going to do enchiladas. It's just like that. It's nothing wrong. But you got that one person that can say, make the final decision, say, sisters, we're going to keep going around on this. Or brothers, we're going to keep going at this. Listen, we're going to bring it up to 2 themes. You know what I mean? All right, pick one. You can't pick one. You can't pick the other. Even if I'm doing that, I'm still what? I'm still setting the order and directing things. There's nothing wrong with that.
But even if you're opposed,
yeah,
and there's no order,
yeah,
someone's taking the order.
There you go.
Regardless, it's a two-way street where somebody throws something out there, and if there's no structure to say, okay, well, if we can't come to an agreement,
right,
someone's going to help us do that, then there's someone there that's saying, you know what, I'm going to take the order and say, no, we're not doing tacos.
Right.
And then whoever follows that person fell in line with that person's order. Like,
yeah. But see, that's the thing about the judges being able to say, okay, how am I going to solve this problem without everybody ripping each other?
Right.
All right, let's make a vote.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, which we do a lot. Let's vote on this one. Mm-hmm. You know, and sometimes we just say, no, we're going to do it this way and do it that way. But, you know, majority of the time we just vote. But that's structure and order. I mean, how many after work get-togethers? Hey, you know, Tyrone, we're gonna get together after work and go to the bar for the unity of the job. You right there. You like, well, I don't want to go, but for order's sake, for faith's sake, you what? You sit there with your job and just to show them that you're what? You're together with this. You're working with them. You're not anti, right? You go and do it for Esau all the time, right? We learn how to do it through order. Go ahead.
And behold, if the witness be a false witness and hath testified falsely against his brother,
right?
19.
No, that's it on that. That's it on that. So now we're going to talk about the order in the church. 1 Corinthians 16:1 and 2. 1 Corinthians 12. Come on. Let's get these out. I'm moving quick now because I want to get this New Testament out. This is going to blow your mind out how we function in the churches in Corinth. Yeah, 16:1. How we function in Corinth, and Philippia, and Thessalonica, and Macedonia, and Cappadocia. How we function in Asia Minor in these times during Christ, Paul, Peter, John, Matthew, the 12 apostles. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 16 and verse 1.
Go ahead.
Now concerning the collection for the saints.
Wait a minute. Who the hell told you that you can collect something? Like, who gave you the right to collect alms, huh? Cool. You know what I mean? And they better be damn cumin and anise. And yeah, they better be some herb, right? Listen what's going on here. You're learning from the door on what they were doing in these schools, in these churches. Directing, ordering, giving commandments. Go ahead.
As I have given order.
Wait, we have given what?
Order.
Who the hell are you, brother? Well, actually, he was the head of those churches. Paul was the head of these specific churches. Go ahead.
I have given order to the churches of Galatia.
Yeah, so he's talking to Corinth and telling the Corinthians what he did in Galatia and what he set up and what the order was. You ain't going to make me feel bad doing the will of the Most High. Because when he told me that, I'm like, damn, am I doing something wrong? No, we ain't doing nothing wrong establishing order, direction. The only thing when it's wrong, when you're, like Yeshaya says, authoritative, totalitarian, Gestapo type of mentality. That's the only thing. Other than that, we still need these things in the body. You need that. You know? Listen to what he's saying. Come on, you're going to read 1 and 2.
Even so, do ye.
He said, you guys are going to do the same in Corinth. He said, just like we set this up in Galatia, y'all going to do this in Corinth. Read.
Upon the first day of the week.
Listen, every first day of the week, go ahead.
Let every one of you lay by him in store.
Right. Everybody's going to take everything. Remember in Acts 2, where they all came and brought to the apostles? He's saying the same thing. He said, everybody's going to do this. Just like I told Galatia, just like I told these other schools. Go ahead.
As Yahweh had prospered him.
Right.
That there be no gatherings when I come.
What was Paul doing here? Giving orders, man. He was giving orders. But what was Paul's rank? He was an apostle, a bishop. You know what I mean? I mean, the crazy thing is when you look up bishop and you look up deacon, it's like, what's the difference? It's just they're almost the same. They're almost
Deacon and bishop.
Yeah, bishop. When you look up the definitions, there's difference. There's little similarities that are different, but they're basically the same. Why? Because really, it's just position. Like when you go back to
because the deacons they can put a pastor down or
right.
a bishop down.
Right, but now check this out. When you go back to Titus, what was the difference of the character of the bishop and the character of the deacon? Timothy and Titus. It's in there too. There was no difference.
That's why I went there.
Yeah,
There's no difference.
There's no difference between the standard of the bishop and the deacon. It had to be the same way. You still had to be sober-minded. You had to be a wife of a husband or one wife. You had to have your children grave, right? Your wives had to be subject and obedient. Come on, man. There's order. See, but brothers get caught up on that because they get high-minded. They don't want to get in order, and then they got to come up with this, oh, that's not necessary. Let's get some more stuff. 1 Corinthians 12 and 28. Then 1 Corinthians 9 and 1.
1 Corinthians chapter 12 and verse 28.
Go ahead.
And Yahweh had set some on the church. First apostles.
Wait a minute. First who?
Apostles.
Wait a minute. First who?
Apostles.
Who was over everybody?
Apostles.
Listen, the apostles were running the show. And then we're going to get to the next. I don't want to add it now, but you're going to see who was over them. Listen, the apostles were still answering to who? The elders in Jerusalem. They were still answering to the elders in Jerusalem. I'm going to show y'all. Check this out. Go ahead.
And secondly, prophets.
And secondly, what?
Prophets.
See, there was an order. Because are all apostles? Are all prophets?
All teachers?
Are all teachers? No. There was an order of things. So forget the label. It's still order and structure. Right? You think, listen, even when Paul went to Peter in Galatians, it was at Galatians 2 or 3, and confronted him, did Paul be disrespectful? Was Paul out of order? Was Paul belligerent? No, Paul was still in order because Peter was the head apostle. Yahushua made it that way. See, there was still order. Go ahead.
Thirdly, teachers.
Read.
After that, miracles.
Read.
Then, gifts of healing.
Right.
Helps. Government.
Wait, what is helps? You're like, there was no deep spiritual name on that one. Because they were just helps.
He was the help to the teacher. He was the help to the help to the apostle. That help could have been a scribe or this or that.
Bro, when we go back to the law, brother, you had the candle guy. Then you had the one that would come in and wipe all the blood off.
You had the dish bearer.
You had the dish bearer.
Yeah.
Right? It's the order the Most High set up in the church, the body, it's structured. Good. Doesn't mean you're less.
You had the musicians Every priest wasn't slaughtering. Every priest wasn't sacrificing.
Very true.
Yeah,
very true.
Offices.
1 Corinthians 9 and 1. Come on.
1 Corinthians chapter 9, verse 1.
Then Acts 4. Go ahead.
Am I not an apostle?
Read.
Am I not free?
Read.
Have I not seen Yahushua our Lord?
Right. You know why? Because they were trying to check his registry. So he had to remind them, listen, just like y'all seen Yahushua, I was there. Am I not an apostle too? I was called too. Go ahead.
Are not ye my work in the Lord?
Right. Are ye to show my apostleship? Look at y'all. Look at all these different churches and schools that I built up through Asia Minor, Galatia, Ephesia, Thessalonica, right? Philippia, right? Rome, Corinth. That's my works, he's saying. That's what I built up. He said, if you ain't seeing my, if you can't see that I'm an apostle, could you at least see my works? Paul would be checking these cats, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2. If I be not an apostle unto others,
right?
Yet doubtless I am to you.
You see that? He's like, okay, they ain't going to acknowledge my apostleship, but y'all see, because look at my works. Go ahead.
For the seal of mine apostleship are ye in the Lord.
Read.
Mine answer to them that do examine me is this.
Read.
Have we not power to eat and to drink?
Right. Meaning, you know what he's saying? Meaning that if I'm doing the work of the Most High, do I not eat off the works that I'm doing? This is what he's saying, but it's going to get you to a point here. Because this is leading up. But this is just showing you the dynamics on how they talked, how they communicated, how they built, how they led the church. Go ahead.
Verse 5.
Read.
Have we not power to lead about a sister, a wife?
A what?
A sister, a
Listen,
wife.
stop. Stop. I'm going to show y'all something here. He already said sister. So if you think when he said wife, it was a sister, no. He was saying, if this brother asks me, hey, bro, I need you to get out my rib for me. She needs counsel. I'm dealing with her, but I need some help. It wasn't wrong. It wasn't wrong for us to go sit down and counsel this man's wife. Well, obviously, he had to say. You know what I mean? He had to say, I want to be counseled. Right? You can't just take that. We were doing that. We were leading sisters, wives, husbands. Go ahead.
As well as other apostles.
As well as what?
Other apostles.
Bruh. You can't tell me what to do.
As well as other apostles.
But what were they called during this time? They weren't called officers, tens, hundreds, thousands. They weren't called that. They were called bishops, pastors, deacons. You see the dynamic of the body? You see how you got to go through the scriptures and everything is set up in its order. You understand? There was always structure when dealing with everything. So don't think, this is the problem with households now. This is the problem with wives and husbands. It's because they don't do things in order. Because they are chaotic. Because the brother still wants to dip, smoke weed, do drugs, be angry, show his women the wrong example, right? But then want to come back and what? Flip on her. Oh, you got to get in order. That's the chaos of it. But if you guide your house with wisdom, order, discipline, righteousness, then she's going to guide herself in order, discipline, and righteousness. I mean, if she's righteous, right? All right, what verse you at?
Verse 5.
Read.
And as the brethren of the Lord.
Right.
And Cephas.
Right. So he's saying, listen, we just like other brothers got power, do we not have that power to teach a brother, to teach a sister, to lead around a brother or sister or wife? Do we not have that power? Con. We do have that power. Go from there. Go to Acts 4, verse 32. And you're going to read down, and then somebody get Matthew 16. I got to get through these. I know we got 5 minutes. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 4, verse 32.
Go ahead.
And the multitude of them that believed were of one heart.
Read.
And of one soul. Neither said any of them that aught of the things which he possessed.
Right.
Was his own.
Right.
But they had
because
all...
what did these people do? For them to say nothing's my own, what did they do? They speak loud. Say it again.
They sacrificed.
They sacrificed. What else did they do? What?
They had brotherly love.
Brotherly love. What else did they do? You're all right.
They were saying that what they had was for everybody else. They weren't worried about self.
They weren't worried about self. What they have is for everybody else, right?
God.
What? What else?
Oh, in Samuel, I was reading that today. When they got the spoils, and they was like, "No, we gonna keep it all." And David was like, "Nah, it's for the Most High."
It's for the Most High. So this was them without rank, without this title, doing what? Putting themselves in a position of humility.
They made themselves subject.
They made themselves subject. For you to give your stuff, what are you doing?
Making yourself subject.
You're making yourself subject. You're giving yourself. Then nobody has to do this. You see that? But who are you subject to? Those that have the rule over you. Well, who gave them rule?
Most High.
You see what's going on now? I'm just walking y'all through the basics. I'm walking y'all through the basics to show you that when y'all hear this, there's no such thing as rank. It's not needed. It's not position. There's not 10,000 men. You don't need that. We need order and structure in whatever we do. We did it all through the scriptures. Come on.
Last precept.
Go ahead.
But they had all things common.
Right.
Verse 33.
Right. And I'm going to repeat it and say it again. That's what the churches were supposed to be doing. It's like I was talking to Brother Lewis. I'm like, it's not wrong for the Paul to eat off of his congregation. What is wrong is that you weren't supposed to be eating and everybody else hurting. So you weren't supposed to be flying over in the Lear, and then everybody else is taking the damn bus, or hurting, or dying, or hungry, or without. You see that? It don't supposed to be like that. Everybody in here is supposed to be able to say, we asked for the vow. We're going to ask to remind y'all tonight for the vow, right?
Right.
But if you come back and say, I got the vow money, but we don't got no food in our house, you're not going to hear me say, yeah, brother, but you got to drop that vow, though. You're going to drop that vow. You're not going to hear me say it. You're going to hear me say, this is a no-brainer, bro. Make sure you got food in your house. Everybody else is going to give for the vow. We will be fine. The school is going to be here. Right? It shouldn't be like, listen, you made the vow. You know what? It's wicked for you to go back on it. We're supposed to have things common. This is what the Most High is showing us, man. I need to throw that in there because just like in the beginning, it isn't supposed to be the totalitarian dictatorship. It's supposed to be a common understanding what we're giving, what we're doing. Whether it's our mind, spirit, body, or whether it's goods. We're supposed to all be doing it together in Christ. Go ahead.
Verse 33.
Go ahead.
And with great power gave the apostles witness of the resurrection of the Lord Yahushua, and great grace was upon them all.
Go ahead.
34. Neither was there any among them that lacked.
Right.
For as many as were possessors of lands or houses sold them.
Right.
And brought the prices of the things that were sold.
Right.
35. And laid them down at the apostles' feet.
Why? There was no rank. We don't need rank. We don't need order. We don't need position. Why it wasn't just laid outside of everybody's house? I know it sounds stupid, but I mean that's where that mentality comes from. Why did they lay them at the apostles' feet?
Because they knew how to take order.
They knew they dealt with order. They knew the ones that was directing things was the apostles, right? And there was nothing wrong with that. It was nothing wrong for Peter, Paul, John, Matthew, Bartholomew. You watch, y'all gonna see. I gotta stop talking. What's up? What's up?
Oh no, I was just gonna say they know how to delegate.
They know how to delegate it, right? They know when this comes out, we're gonna delegate this the right way that all things are common. Con? Okay, go ahead.
And distribution was made unto every man according as he had need.
Read.
Verse 36. And Joseph, this is 16:11, I'm sorry.
Joseph.
And Joseph, who by the apostles was surnamed Barnabas, which is being interpreted, the son of consolation, a Levite, and of the country of Cyprus.
Right.
Verse 37. Having land, sold it, and brought the money, and laid it at the apostles' feet.
Okay, go from there, go to Matthew 16. Then somebody else go to 1 Timothy 1. And I'm just showing you how Paul and Peter ran churches. So we can understand, wait a minute, is it not necessary for rank or order or structure or discipline or these things? Go ahead.
Matthew chapter 16, verse 1.
No, Matthew 16 and 18.
Come, Matthew chapter 16, verse 18.
Go ahead.
And I say also unto thee, that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church.
Why he didn't say that to Matthew and Andrew? John. Why he didn't say that to his brother? Why? Why did he say Peter? There's no rank.
He's the head.
I mean, somebody tell me that one. Dispute this. Why did he set Peter up? Out of all the brothers, the deny me thrice, you got a devil on you. Right. Didn't I tell you he that live by the sword shall die by the sword? Chops off the centurion's ear. He still said, upon this rock I will build my church. Right? Cephas, right? Go ahead.
And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
Go ahead.
And I will give unto thee.
I will give unto who?
Unto thee.
Go ahead.
The keys of the kingdom of heaven.
Why didn't he have all the brothers there and just say that? Why he said Peter? He pointed out Peter now. Why? Because he was establishing a structure with Peter and the apostles. Go ahead.
And whatsoever thou shalt bind on earth shall be bound in heaven.
Who gave him that power? Yahweh Shai. Now is this power not given to wise men of wisdom and understanding? Yeah, you are, because you are binding things, and with wisdom and correct judgment, you're making the correct decisions. Right? Whether it be somebody fornicates, adulteries, murders, lying, just straight out niggerism, you're given the judgment to decide and say, hey, that brother or that sister is not right. Their spirit's not right because it's not agreeing with this. And when you bind that on earth in the spirit, the Most High is going to acknowledge that. And that's why when the brother doesn't acknowledge it, and you telling this brother, hey, the Most High is going to smack you for smoking weed on the down low, right? And all you do is step back. Because once again, we're not a totalitarian regime, right? So all we do is say, hey, the scriptures say that's the foul. You can't have those spirits controlling your body while the spirit is working with you, right?
Good.
The brother's like, nigga, please. I'm going to go home. I'm going to smoke weed outside, and they ain't never going to know, right? I'm going to cover myself over oils, and they'll never know, right? Who's going to deal with that brother? Because what you bind on earth is bound in heaven. The spirit, he don't want correction no more for man, because man is just verbal. Hey, stop that naughty, naughty, naughty you, right? Most High's like, okay, you don't want the naughty, the finger shake, okay, I'll deal with you then. Woe be he that falls into the hand of the Lord.
God.
Right? The Lord is the Lord of terror. So he's like, okay, you want to do this on the low? I'm going to show you what I can do on the low. I'm going to stir up a spirit on your rib, in your family, in your house. And you don't know why it's crumbling. Well, because you're being corrupt. You're doing things on the low. You're doing things in secret, and the Most High ain't with it. And that's all power we got from the door. So rank and position ain't to force or whip you or shackle you down. It's just to tell you. It's just to tell you. And to say, well, we got to go pass out flyers and street speaking. That's it. Because everything else the Most High moves in on. So don't get this twisted at all. All right, come on, read.
And the gates of hell shall not prevail against it.
1 Timothy 1:1.
1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Right, you're going to read down to verse 3. Go to Titus, somebody else. Go ahead.
Paul, an apostle of Yahweh Shai, by the commandment of God,
right,
our Savior,
read,
and Lord Yahweh Shai, which is our hope,
read,
unto Timothy, my own son in the faith.
My what?
My own son.
He called Timothy and he says, what?
My own son.
Read.
In the faith.
Why he call him his son? Okay. So what he did there is what we do modern day, we give him rank. That's all he did. Because he taught him. So he's calling him his son. Because as a child, he bore him, raised him, fed him. That's all it is. You see what the scriptures are saying? It's not foreign. This is not foreign, man, or something out of the spirit to give rank or position or authority to move men up, and because their judgments and their good works. There's nothing wrong with that. Go ahead.
Grace, mercy, and peace from God our Father and Yahweh Shai our Lord. as I besought thee to abide still at Ephesus.
Wait, he gave him an order to do what?
To abide still at Ephesus.
Hey, listen, don't come to Corinth. Stay over there in Ephesus.
Abide still at Ephesus.
What is he doing? He's giving him orders. That's what the brother that coming up with that, you don't need rank, that's what he don't want. He don't want to be, bruh, abide in Ephesus till we get there. We'll be back over there. Hey, hit up Titus and let him know, you stay over there in Cappadocia. We're going to make a travel. It's going to take us 2 years to get back over there. We'll be back over there. You don't want that. You want to be what? You want to be Yahweh Shai. Everybody is giving orders. Everybody is subject to somebody. And if you ain't, then there's a problem. Go ahead.
When I went into Macedonia,
right,
that thou mightest charge some, that they teach no other doctrine.
Now he's telling them what?
He's telling him to give orders.
He's telling them, listen, go tell these brothers over there that they better watch what the hell they're teaching. This is what the Bible says.
Give an order to give an order.
So I'm asking y'all, where are they getting this from? Where are they getting this from? There's no rank. Brother, I'm not over body. Paul was over somebody. He was over a lot of people. But not in a totalitarian way. He was leading them in the spirit of the Most High in Christ and getting the job done, which rank and position is for the ministry. Y'all see this? Okay, go from there. Titus 1:4.
Titus chapter 1 and verse 4.
Right, so he said unto Timothy, my own son in the faith, read.
To Titus, mine own son, after the common faith.
Wait a minute, he's doing this all around. Why? Because what he was saying is, I taught these brothers. I birthed you.
But not in that way.
Not in the niggerism rap way, in the spirit way of I taught you. When you needed the knowledge, I was there. I was nursing. I was giving you the milk. Go ahead.
Grace, mercy, and peace.
Read.
From Yahweh.
Read.
The Father and the Master Yahweh Shai, our Savior.
Go ahead.
For this cause left I thee in Crete.
He did what?
Left I thee in Crete.
Titus, you stay in Crete. Timothy, you're going to stay, what does he say, in Ephesus? He's like, Timothy, you stay in Ephesus. There's nothing wrong with that. But what happens is this. You got the certain Tituses, well, I don't want to stay in Ephesus no more. Why you got me in Ephesus, Ak?
All day.
Right, like why is it, brother? Who gave you the right?
Tell me where I could be at.
And that's what puffs up. Brothers get puffed up and act like, okay, but wait a minute. Are you not doing this by your free will no more, Ak? You know what you got to do? Let's sit back down and let's talk about it, because we thought we were on the same page. So you're not doing this out of the free will no more. But Titus and Timothy ain't on that. They were trying to do the work and the zeal and the word of the Most High. But men in Israel, they don't want that no more. That's why he said, why would you say, I don't want nobody over me? You're in the wrong mind. How could you teach somebody and not have somebody and not be able to be said? I've been through it. You got nobody to vouch for you. You see what I'm saying? You got nobody to vouch for you to say, yeah, damn, that's a good brother. Like it said in Deuteronomy. Right? What?
No, that's just that spirit of like that lone wolf.
The lone wolf, yeah.
Everybody wants
I don't need a camp.
They want to do things how they want.
I don't need brotherhood.
I don't want to hear nothing. Go, I gotta say my way or the highway.
Yeah. What's that?
But that's an oxymoron, because if you look at wolves, I told Mark this the other time.
Yeah.
If you look at wolves don't hunt alone.
It's a wolf pack.
It's a wolf pack.
So there's no such thing as a lone wolf. Right. Come on, read.
That thou shouldest set in order the things that are wanted.
Right.
And ordain elders.
And do what?
Ordain elders.
Uh-oh. Now we're getting into that word. What the heck's an elder? And who gives you the right to ordain you? What were they doing? Well, we know they weren't doing it through filthy lucre or constraint, right? Or being lords over the flock. But they were still dealing with order. Go ahead.
In every city.
In what?
Every city.
Bro, he was like, I want you to go to Corinth, Ephesus, Thessalonica, Crete. I want you to go to all these cities, and I want you to make elders now, because it's time for us to get busy. Right? Who gave them that power? The Most High, the Spirit, their unity. Brothers, these were men. There weren't angels all the time coming to these guys. They were brothers, men coming together in unity and getting the work done. Go ahead.
As I had appointed thee.
Read.
If any be blameless.
Right. So that's it on that. Go from there. Now let's go to, we went there already. It's getting late. I was going to go over Philemon, the whole chapter. We're not going to do that. Just go to Philemon. Y'all know what Philemon is?
Done.
Never even heard of it, huh?
Right after Titus.
Never even heard of Philemon. Stop it.
Right after Titus.
No, we're ready, sir.
It's only one. Philemon 1 and 1. Come on.
Philemon 1 and 1.
Read.
Paul, a prisoner of Yahushua,
and
Timothy, our brother.
Read.
Unto Philemon, our dearly beloved.
Read.
And fellow laborer.
That's what it was about. Laboring. Read.
And to our beloved Aphia. And Archippus. Our fellow soldier.
Our fellow what?
Soldier.
No, not in the New Testament.
Fellow soldier.
Wait a minute. There's a soldier in there? Well, who was he killing then? Wait a minute. Who was he killing? He was of the military. He had to be of the military because he used the word soldier.
Damn.
Come on, y'all. Israel got to stop it. You got to get back in your Bible, man, and learn again. He said a fellow soldier. Go ahead.
And to the church in thine house.
Into the church where?
In thy house.
Go ahead.
Grace to you and peace from the Most High, our Father and the Lord, Yahushua.
Right, and it goes down. And you know why I like the chapter? Because it shows you how they were working and dealing with these churches. The communication, how they talk to them, how they talk to these brothers. And when you go through, it goes through that. We're not going to go through all that. Go to Acts, last one. Acts 15 and verse 2.
Acts chapter 15 and verse 2.
Yeah.
When therefore Paul and Barnabas had no small dissension.
Right.
And deputation.
So Paul and Barnabas, they had some dissension going on. Right? Go ahead.
With them.
They
determined that Paul and Barnabas and certain other of them should go up to Jerusalem.
They go up where?
Go up to Jerusalem.
Wait, Paul and Barnabas now had to go what?
Up to Jerusalem.
Read.
Unto the apostles.
Unto who?
The apostles.
Read.
And elders.
Read.
About this question.
See, so everybody was falling in some rank or order position. Paul and Barnabas had to go up, right? And that's the problem. Brothers on YouTube and Facebook, I'm sorry for laughing. I'm laughing. You know why I'm laughing? Because this is so simple. It's so basic. And you get brothers, man, that you're blaspheming the Holy Spirit because your ego and your pride, because you're lazy as hell, and because you've been hurt in the truth. It's got to stop. You're going against the scriptures, and now you're teaching false things, man. Stop it. Just stop. They had elders too. They had somebody to answer to also. Why? Because if Paul was giving out orders, right? You see, we read what we just read, right? He was giving out orders and making elders and all that. But guess what he had to go do? You're going to go talk to these brothers, man, and deal with this situation with elders. Read.
And being brought on their way by the church.
Read.
They passed through Pennice and Samaria.
Right.
Declaring the conversion of the Gentiles.
Right. So that's it on that. That was it. It goes down. But that's the class. Did y'all have any questions on that? I mean, for the most part, I know y'all are saying, basic scriptures. And they are. But the thing is a reminder for Israel, because all these, remember, it might not be y'all, but a lot of new brothers are going to be on that. They already got a generation of you don't need brotherhood, you don't need unity, you don't need that. So then you're coming out, you don't need order. You trying to drag us right back into the street mentality. Yeah, you trying to drag us right into the world. So does anybody got any question online about this topic? All right, we'll give them a few seconds online. And just to remind y'all brothers and sisters, you can throw that flyer up there. We're going to be going to Arizona in the next day or so, and we're going to be out there for 30 days. So if you know someone local in Arizona, want to get class, want to get taught, want to get the knowledge, that watches us, want to get together, whatever, we're going to be out there. All right? We're going to be out there passing out flyers. We're going to be out there getting it out. We got an event out there, so we're going to take the opportunity to kill two birds with one stone, which is get those flyers out, get the word out, and we just want to get that out there. So please take a picture of the flyer, get it out to the brothers and sisters, and if they want to get a hold of us, they can get a hold of us, all right?
God.
I'm just waiting a few seconds. Also, just a reminder, brothers and sisters that do the alms, do the offerings. It's the first. We need that for the rent, and we appreciate y'all that have been giving. All right, and nobody's hitting us back. Nah. All right. I was trying to wait a second to see if anybody has any questions on that. What happened? You got some? What you laughing at? I be letting you in, you gotta let me in. What's up?
Nah, you hear him now. God, you can come in.
Okay. It must be the Eastern Oils. It must be the Eastern Oils films. Alright. Alright, if that's it, everybody salute them, say shalom, y'all.
Shalom!
We'll see y'all we won't see y'all Wednesday, but we will be here Wednesday. Alright? So, that's it on that. We got anything? We got announcements or anything? No? Brothers and sisters are still laid back from the feast? From the feast food? That steak, man, put me to sleep.
Put you to bed. All that.
I thought it was I'm gonna put you to bake.
Sauce.
Sandwiches. How you say it? Sandwiches?
No. Sandwiches.
Sandwiches.
Toast.